Now we are live. And now we just wait for people to get here. Or I guess and the notification from YouTube that we're actually live. Yeah, no, it says we are.
Yeah, we're going.
Good. Now we just wait and let the fuckery begin.
Oh, yeah. I see
So,
Juan is already in here.
See if I remember how to do this. There we go. Yeah, see, I do remember. I got the hang of this thing again. Yo, 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 Juan. What up, what up?
He's letting us take the wheel tonight. Very trusting.
Yeah, we're going to try to not get copyrighted.
Yeah, at least not immediately.
Peace. You ain't even going to buy shit anyways.
Is he talking about
actually, Juan, if we were to show a trailer, will we get booted? Answer that question for us, please. Because that is our end goal, is to get booted one day.
We got booted during the DC stuff.
You did?
No, we all did. It kicked us right off. We had to start another stream.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right. I do not have any codes. I depend on you, Steve, for that. If it's 30 seconds, you are good. It's technically 46, although like 15 of that is probably intro and stuff. So I think we're okay. Make me a mod. I don't know how. It says I can put user in timeout and I can block user. I don't know how to make a mod. But I'm also in StreamYard, not YouTube. Do I have to go to YouTube for that?
I think so.
All right, let's try it.
Got Splash Page Comics. Good to have you, Splash. Splash is a cool guy. He's a big collector down in Texas. I met him up at C2E2 a couple years ago, but
nice.
We've chatted off and on through Hangouts and stuff.
Okay, so I'm on YouTube. Report, remove, put user, hide user, add moderator. Oh, snap. Okay, so then now, you're already one, right?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Sign out of that. Okay, so I figure let's go ahead and hold on, let me remove that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. So, hella late intro. I'm James, the Comic Raider, and I'm here with special guest today. Drum roll.
cvstrangeiv on Instagram. Countdown Strange the 4th on YouTube.
Yup. So I figured. So obviously, as we've said, we're here just to kind of do a special little Halloween episode. Talk about Halloween, both the franchise and just horror movies in general. And so, yeah. So I'll go ahead and get started with our intro. I figure we can go ahead and take a minute and kind of like go over our background in horror, what got us started, and then also what type of horror we like. Because you and I, while we have similarities, we're also definitely on opposite ends of the spectrum. So for me, my beginning was pretty much my dad got me started on watching horror movies as a young kid, maybe, I don't know, 4, 5, 6. And the rule was pretty simple. You could watch them, but you can't have nightmares and crawl into mommy and daddy's bed scared. Otherwise, you won't be able to watch them anymore. So that pretty much taught me how to overcome fear, overcome nightmares, and just kind of, if I was scared, because there were times when I definitely have some movies that scared me, and we'll talk about those later. But just overcoming that. So he got me started on it, and then from there I just kind of kept it going. I would say my type of horror is pretty mainstream. I like the slashers, and I like the demons and ghouls and ghosts type movies. I don't get too much into the, what are they called, B movies, C movie, those type. I will do them from recommendation, but I typically don't search them myself because there's definitely a lot of bad ones out there. But so that's pretty much my background and then my horror in a nutshell.
All right. Well, I started watching horror movies. The first one I remember watching, I wasn't even going to grade school yet, and I remember it was Child's Play, and it used to scare the crap out of me, but I'd always want to watch it. And Tremors was another one, and Critters 2. And Critters 2 is still, one of my favorite movies till this day. But those were kind of my intro into it. First Halloween movie I ever seen was Halloween 4. My grandpa rented it. And then kind of after that is when I started renting movies on my own. And it was a different time, I guess, when I started renting them, because I used to ride my bicycle in like the 3rd or 4th grade to the movie store. And I remember renting Leprechaun 4 a bunch of times, Bride of Chucky, stuff that you just don't rent as a kid anymore without being 18 or older, some guy behind the counter. It's just like, yeah, take it, go ahead. So I really remember when the Blair Witch came out. I remember riding and buying that on VHS too, and it was kind of disappointing then, but I guess now, it's one of those movies that I remember from a kid, and I enjoy more now. I think I understand it a little more now too, though.
Man, so how old are you, Matt?
I am 33.
Okay, so we're pretty close. I'm 28. So for me, I remember when Blair Witch came out, and I was like, I don't know how old I was. I have to look up when it came out, but I know I was young enough and dumb enough to be like, oh, that's for reals? They really found that footage and those people really died? Like, and that's how they marketed it, which was perfect.
Yeah,
I fell for it.
I was in the 6th grade when it came out, and I think I fell for it too.
Yeah.
And everyone, a lot of my friends got to see it in theaters, and I didn't. So I remember the day it came out, my mom's like, here's $10. Go buy it. And I got on my bicycle and I like pedaled the circus video as fast as I could with a few friends. And it was kind of like when the boys get the ball back on Sandlot. I had that movie and I was like, yes, let's go.
Nice.
So.
Yeah. And so, I saw it when it first came out, and, my parents probably rented it or something like that. And I watched it at home, and it scared the crap out of me. But honestly, like, I maybe saw it like one other time shortly after. I probably haven't seen that movie in like 15 to 20 years. Like, I need to watch it again. And they made like a second one, I think, right?
They made the Book of Shadows, which was not good. And then it wasn't a remake. Like, I guess they made it kind of like a remake, but they made one in like 2015, 2016. And it was kind of it was a sequel to the first one.
Got it. Yeah, it was, I think for sure, it was definitely, I don't know, trailblazing, groundbreaking. It was like the first, found footage horror that I think really like broke out like that. And it was definitely the first of that type, to really get that hype. And it definitely set a trend. Now it's, those movies are pretty popular now. It
was not a great movie, but fantastic marketing.
Yes.
That's what made that what it was.
Yep. Yeah, because I remember all of us kids going, oh, that was real. And yeah, definitely falling for it and thinking it was some scary shit. But yeah, no, that's cool. I don't think I ever like rented on my own. I think probably, I know I would go with like my dad to go see horror movies in theaters. I would think, I don't even know the first one I ever did by myself. I know for sure I went with a bunch of friends to go see the Omen remake, because it came out on June 6, 2006, and it was all, 666. And so that was a big deal, and I was in like 8th grade, and it was a big deal that, let's all go after school and go watch it. And assuming the world was going to end and we were all going to be possessed and dead and shit. Yeah.
I'm not sure I've seen that movie. I remember when it came out, but I don't know if I stopped to watch it.
Yeah. The original or the remake?
The remake. I don't know if I've seen it.
Yeah, I know. I saw the original. I think I've seen like parts of the second. I really don't remember the second much at all. I think the remake was okay. There was like one part that was like a pretty big scare if I remember, but other than that, I definitely don't remember much of it. Oh, that's a good one that I don't think. I mean, maybe you were going to bring this up later, but I know this was not on my list to talk about.
I almost grabbed it and I left it on the shelf. But that's a good Stephen King movie, and it is super creepy. Yeah. What is it? There's Malachi, and then what's the little kid's name? It's not Ezekiel, is it?
I don't remember, but yeah.
The one who walks behind the row.
That was another one that like I saw once and then never ever again. And there's definitely a lot of classics that I haven't seen, but yeah, that was one that I'm not all too familiar or remember, but I know that it's definitely one that a lot of people like.
Yeah.
Let's see, there you go. See,
it sets the mood real quick because they like violently run this kid over right at the beginning of the movie trying to escape, and it's like this is for real. Like it's pretty graphic. Like they don't show like a lot of blood or explosions or anything, but it looks like they like full on just ran someone over.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, one of the good things that's going to come out of this is I'm going to have a nice long list of shit I need to watch again or watch for the first time. So I was definitely excited for that. So let's see. Do you want to get into our rankings, or do you want to just discuss horror movies in general?
I mean, I'm kind of excited to get into the rankings.
Okay.
And then we can, if you want, we can throw out some movies after.
So these are our, as I said in the post, these are going to be the definitive, it's our way or the highway pretty much. I am anxious to see us two and how ours differentiate. I know I was telling you earlier, but we're in this Halloween group on Facebook, and that thing gets nuts, man. And I've seen people, now, especially this time of the year, everyone's dropping their rankings, and man, some people get destroyed for their rankings. And I think you can also definitely tell an age gap, and we'll definitely get into that, because I know 100% that my age and influence definitely affects some of my choices. So you go ahead and go first. I want to see yours more, because yours is going to be more visual and cooler.
Do you want to do? I'll do one. You do one.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. My least favorite. That's what I'll start with. My least favorite, and I'll probably get a lot of hate for it, but it's Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie remake. I didn't like his direction with the movie. I thought the first one was good. Like it was a good representation. It added his own touch, but then he completely just blindsided me with this movie. Like I wanted the hospital. I wanted a remake of the hospital, and you get 5 minutes of that. And after that, it's nothing like you would expect, and I just didn't enjoy it. I don't know. It was just the directing. I think killed it for me.
So I'm actually, well, let me see. I don't think it. No, actually, it is last on mine as well. So for me, you're definitely right about the beginning callback to the hospital. That's the best part of the movie. Yeah. is that opening hospital scene, and then after that, it just I even honestly I did a marathon, not that long ago, and I didn't even watch it again because I've seen it, and I'd seen it kind of recently prior, just to give it a shot again. I will say, when it very first came out and I saw it in theaters, I thought it was good, and then as I kind of sat on it, days after, it was no, you know what, it actually really wasn't. And then watching it after was no, it definitely isn't. For me, the whole mom on the white horse and it kills it for me. It definitely ruined it. trying to do too much, I guess. But yeah, if he would have kind of more, and I mean, I give him props for trying to do his own thing and have his own direction. But yeah, if he would have stayed a little closer to the first one without doing too much, I think he definitely would have had a better sequel. For sure.
The first one, he added, some story that to some people they probably don't like it, but it made a little bit of sense to me, even though it wasn't like the first 5 minutes of the original first movie where the family's like clean cut and everything when they show up. But it was like, okay, that was interesting. I enjoyed that a lot. The second movie, though, with the way Lori, her story played out, and with her friend, and then you got Malcolm McDowell as Dr. Loomis. I didn't care for really any of that.
No, definitely. I mean, we got to see, what's her name naked again, and her poor dad had to witness her getting killed naked twice. So, poor guy.
Character was Amy, but it was
Daniel
Halloween. From Halloween
4 and 5. But oh man, yeah. But I mean, that one's definitely last for me as well. Okay, so I'll go ahead and go with my second to last. I've got Halloween Resurrection as my second to last. It's kind of like, for me, I can watch it and like enjoy it for how bad it is. I like Busta Rhymes in it, although he adds a little bit of cheesiness, but he was also funny at the same time. I don't know. Yeah, that's another one. Although I will say again, that's another one that when I first saw it, I was a lot younger. I thought it was cool, and then after it was like, that's not so great. But I don't know. It definitely tried to take it a new direction, and the one that it was a follow-up, it came after H2O, which I'll talk about later, but it just definitely set the bar pretty low on Resurrection, and I would assume it's definitely why they stopped and took quite the hiatus for a while before making another one.
That's it's also my next one too. I think it was a movie that didn't need to be made.
True.
Busta Rhymes doesn't bother me a whole lot. I didn't care for the Big Brother aspect with the cameras on their heads, and then you got the guy who's leading them to the Myers house. I thought that was silly. Jamie Lee Curtis coming back just to be killed in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Really kind of sets it like where you're just like, screw this movie. But my big complaint is H2O ended so well. It wrapped up everything, and they ruined it by making this movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I don't think there's much more to say on that one. It was not good. I guess it kind of came out at that time where maybe those type of films were being made. I don't even remember, but so, trying to be modern in their approach, and it didn't work. It was dumb, and like you said, once you lose, Jamie Lee Curtis, and then it just kind of, it had no like direction after that. It was just like bland, very very bland. But
did get to see Busta Rhymes with that sweet like spin kick though.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure people hate his character in it. I love it. I find it as that it needed that comedic relief.
I love that. He calls him Mikey, doesn't he?
Yeah. Actually, I do like that scene when the two of them are face to face and they both got the mask on, and he thinks he's one of the other guys or something, and it's just that one was good. All right, so you're up now.
All right, my next one might throw a lot of people off because there's some hardcore fans of it, but it's part 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. This was one step away from being straight to DVD. Like, what's good about it is they bring back Tommy Doyle, and he's played by Paul Rudd, which Paul Rudd makes good movies. Like, this was his first movie, but the quality in this is bad. It deals with that whole like cult that is intertwined around Myers and controlling him and all that, and I didn't get into it as much as some people do. And I know they show some like Easter eggs and stuff in like 4 and 5, I think, that kind of lead up to this.
Yeah.
But overall, I didn't care for the acting between, the family. You didn't have Daniel Harris's character in it anymore. You didn't have Laurie Strode in it. You brought back Tommy Doyle, the kid that most people probably don't remember. And I don't know, it didn't hit.
So I'm going to hope that we start to disagree as we get to the top, but that is mine as well. For pretty much the same reasons. It took everything that, yes, there was the Easter eggs in 4 and 5. Although I think it was 5 that like introduced the creepy dude that was just like there, and you were like, who the F is that guy? And then, now you kind of get an idea in 6, and then they just, to make it like almost that like he's programmed, it didn't work anymore. It kind of ruined it. It's definitely one that I've probably only seen like 2 or 3 times ever, because it's not one that I care to watch. It actually was just on AMC right now, but you don't really see it that much on TV because no one cares about it. It's just not a good one. I do. I was gonna say there was something that I liked in it, but I don't even remember. But yeah, I mean, you got Loomis coming back too. But yeah, the one I was gonna say, have you seen the there's like a producer's cut or something like that? That like, do you have that one?
I don't know.
So there's a producer's cut that I've never seen it, but I guess it has a couple of more scenes and it makes it a little bit better. Although it also then it also creates a big controversy because there's a scene that like alludes to Michael impregnating Jamie, the little girl. Well, I mean, she's not a little girl at that point. She's older, but I guess there's a scene that like alludes to him impregnating her, and yeah, it a lot of people don't like that part. But
I've seen that.
Yeah, there's like you can find it. It's pretty much like on a a DVD or a Blu-ray on its own or whatever. And I'm sure, I don't know if it sells for a lot because of, I don't know if it's rare or whatever. But yeah, there is I think it's a producer's cut is what it's called.
Huh.
So I do want to watch it just to kind of see if it changes my opinion. Probably not. But
same here.
Yeah,
I'm curious.
All right, so I guess I'm up. So I will jump one prior and go Halloween 5. Pretty much for the same reasons. This was kind of like the downfall. I enjoy 4. And then 5 is just kind of, I mean, it's good. It's in the middle-ish at this point now, so it's not that bad of a movie. But like, I don't care for the look. I don't care for. I think Loomis starts to go pretty damn psycho on 5, right? He's like kind of weird, but yeah, I don't really care for number 5. I don't have much to say other than that. It's weird. It sets up a terrible number 6, and it just kind of.
It's my same one. Yeah, I'm also number 5. A lot of the same reasons that you said. I didn't care for the look of Myers. I also the girl in in 4, not the little girl, but her sister.
Her sister, yeah.
She's the heroine in 4.
Yeah.
Right off the start in 5.
Yep.
And then it's basically, what is it's Jamie. Okay, I keep wanting to call her Annie for some reason because of the switch, but Jamie's whole story in this too, where she's starting to see Myers in her dreams and stuff. It got a little weird. So yeah, that would be my next one.
Yeah, for them to kill her sister off, I can't think of her name, but for them to kill her off like right at the beginning is crazy. And I guess the actress herself didn't want to be killed off so quickly. And I read somewhere, I don't know if it's true, but I believe everything on the internet. So someone had mentioned that like she was supposed to die like way more violently or something like that, and she was like, "I'm not gonna go out like that. I don't even want to die in the first place." So, and then I know a lot of people also hate Tina, who now becomes kind of like the protector of Jamie for the rest of the movie. And I like Tina. I don't find her to be that annoying. Um, but a lot of people, like, especially in that group that we were talking about earlier, they do not like her character.
5 is kind of one of the ones that I just don't have a whole lot of memory about. It's probably like one of my least watched Halloween movies.
I think for me, I mean, it does have some pretty cool kills. Like, there's the couple in the barn, and then he goes and gets them with the pitchfork. And then you also have, I know there's a few others. Oh, there's the boyfriend, Tina's boyfriend, who's also named, I think, was Mike, and he had like let's say like a 68 Camaro or, something like that, all black that he loved, and he just goes by and scratches the shit out of it and then kills him, and it's like, oh damn, Michael, you're a dick.
Now.
But yeah, no, it's definitely not a great one. So I believe you're up next.
Hopefully our list starts to differ from now.
Here we go.
I'm gonna go Rob Zombie number 1.
Wow, okay.
I don't hate this movie by any means. There's not really a whole lot of complaining I have to do, or that I have for it. The stuff at the beginning is new, and I do enjoy it to an extent. I kind of liked how Carpenter went with it, though, in that like first 5 minutes of the first movie that he did, where Michael is just, he's crazy. He kills his sister, and he came from a good household. I don't necessarily think that we needed to change his whole kind of backstory to make everyone kind of understand why he kills and just kills and kills and kills. I think that he could have grew up in a good family and still done the same stuff. But I also don't really care a whole lot that Rob Zombie puts his wife in every movie.
Yeah.
That kind of bothers me a little bit too. But other than that, I like the acting in it. Scout Taylor Cobden was Strode. I didn't mind Malcolm McDowell in this one as Dr. Loomis, because he was doing Dr. Loomis type stuff and not completely crazy off the rails like he was in the second one. And Tyler Mane plays a good Michael Myers. And Dee Wallace is in it.
Okay. Yeah, this is our first where we part ways. So I guess I'll just skip to mine then, right? And then when I get to that one, I'll tell my side of it. So my next one, and I will admit, so the bottom that we've done was pretty easy. My top 4 are easy. This group of 3 right here in the middle is very hard for me. But I actually went with number 3.
Ooh.
So for me as a kid, for sure, I was on the bandwagon of. So in my defense, as a kid, I was in the bandwagon of, it doesn't show what's his name. It doesn't have Michael in it. I hate it. It's stupid. It's a terrible movie. And I didn't watch it for, I don't know, 20 years, 15, 20 years, again, that time frame right there. And I literally just watched it for the first time, like as an adult, probably about in the summer. I did a marathon in the summer, like August or September, maybe. Probably August. But anyways, so I watched it again, and now my opinion has changed. I think it is a good movie. I do enjoy it. I enjoy the fact. I appreciate what they were trying to do. They were gonna kind of move on and do like a, I don't know, I guess anthology, is that the right kind of word? I guess where it's a Halloween is now a series and it's not just about Michael. So it's not a bad movie. I don't think that. I actually do enjoy it. I will watch it again. I like how it's got tie-ins and Easter eggs or whatever you want to call it, and all that kind of stuff. So I enjoy it, but it's definitely not. It's not up there with my favorite ones. So that's why I got to put it there.
All right. Yeah, I got stuff to say about that when we get to it.
Okay, so
This is
you're up.
probably a shocker, but my next one is Halloween 2.
Whew.
We're at the point in my stack of movies here where I don't hate any of them, and
Yeah.
if I do find something, I'm just nitpicking, trying to find something. But my one big thing about this, and it's come over time, and the more that I kind of watch it and get into the franchise, the fact that this is where they decide, let's make them brother and sister, and that kind of, it ruins the first one almost to an extent for you, because that was such a terrifying movie for the fact that they weren't related, and it was just Lori was wrong place, wrong time, and her friends are the same situation. So it could have happened to anyone. It wasn't, that he was motivated to go just right after her. It was just the fact that she was just super unlucky at that point in time in her life, and this is what started happening. Having it in the hospital was great, and I like that it takes place right where the first movie leaves off. I thought that was a really, really good idea. I like that the fourth and fifth one does that too, to an extent. But one thing I do like about this movie also is I don't know if you've thought about it, but the way they use Ben Tramer in this.
Yeah.
I love that, Lori's like, oh, she's going on a date with Ben Tramer. In this movie, like, you see the guy dressed as the blonde Michael, and he gets completely wasted by the ambulance or whatever, and burns to death, and you find out that it's Ben Tramer.
Yeah,
that cracks me up every time. And Loomis was good in this one too. So,
yeah.
And this really should have been a good ending too. I know you talked about 3 going to the anthology. The fact that Loomis and Myers blow themselves up, that should have been the end of it. But people, we want Michael, and they complain, and we get Michael in 4, which is a good movie, and 5 is a pretty good movie too. But I think sometimes, like, what kind of movies have we missed because of that? Like, what's the direction that this franchise would have went? Because you saw Halloween 3, and it's a good movie. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
But who knows what they would have done after it that we just didn't get.
So in my opinion, they would have been better off not calling it Halloween, and just kind of doing something else, because I appreciate. So, like, while I do agree that it would have been cool to see what else they had in mind, I also then kind of feel like, well, if they did that, then do we not get any more Michael Myers movies? So then it's kind of like, to me, the Michael Myers then outweighs whatever else they could have came up with. That's just me. Yeah. So I think, had they just, or at least put it out there, like, that this is a spinoff, we still have a plan for I don't know, something to just kind of make people think. I think what it was is probably, obviously we weren't around back then at the time, but at the time it was probably like, no, Michael's done. And that's what made people, like, freak out. Maybe if they could have been like, we still have something with Michael later, I don't know, something to make people not feel like it was just permanent gone.
Yeah, well, people watched Halloween 3, and I've done it where I was like, well, what the hell is this?
Yeah, definitely. That was me as a kid.
What I wanted to watch, and you just kind of ignore how good the movie actually is, because the one thing you expected to be it isn't.
Yep. I also will say, for anyone that watches it, to watch. I'm sure it's in most of them, but, like, I have the Blu-ray set, and there's a good, like, special features where it takes a movie and it gives their side of the story of, why did they do it, what was their plan, and it just kind of, it gives you more of an appreciation for what they thought. You also, they admit that, people shit on this movie, and it really sucked. And I think one of the guys does say, like, we probably shouldn't have called it Halloween and just made it, something else, Season of the Witch, and just called it, and just done it that way, or I don't know. But So yeah, but I know you still have to put it on your list. I'm sure. We don't want to go over too much of it, but okay. So you had. Okay, so you just did number 2. So for me, next up would be number 4, Halloween 4, because I just definitely at this point, this is like where I said this is the last of the 3 in the middle that could really flip flop either way for me. After this, I'm kind of set in stone. I think of my answers, but so this one is good for me. I do enjoy it. I enjoy the new take. I enjoy that we get Michael back, of course. Um, Not a huge fan of the costumes though on 4 and 5. 5 is definitely worse, but I still am not like a total fan of number 4 either though. But I thought it was good. I liked Jamie. Um, I like it, but I don't love it. I definitely think that some of the other ones are better. So again, I don't have any complaints about it. It's not one of my favorites.
You said number 4?
Yeah.
The next one up on mine is number 4. I'm one ahead of you with it. I ranked it a little bit higher. I enjoy this movie a lot, actually. Jamie being a relative of Strode, if you're already to that point where you're like, well, he's hunting down his family and he's killing them, it makes sense that he would go after a niece. I thought this movie was extremely eerie. Like the atmosphere of it was extremely eerie. You bring Loomis back in this, and he's got that sweet burn on his face.
Yeah.
He's a little bit more nutty in this one. This is kind of where you're just like, yeah, he's crazy. I'm not sure who played Myers, but I thought he did a good job in this. The actors, have you ever...
What?
Have you ever seen Monster Squad? Brody and Halle Four is the main character from Monster Squad. I never noticed that until I researched it. But the people they picked to play the parts was good. The kills in this movie were awesome.
Yes.
This is the one where he jams his thumb into the ambulance driver's head right at the beginning?
Yeah, and that you get the shotgun through the... Was it the dude? The cop.
The cop. One of my favorite. Yeah. No, the girl. Doesn't he jam it through the girl on the wall?
Oh yeah. The cop is sitting down, and I don't even know if they show him killed, but she turns him around, and he's got something in his head.
Yeah, he's killed off screen. Yeah. One of my favorites though is the electrical worker.
Oh yeah.
When he picks him up and he just heaves him into the power lines. I don't know why, but I love that for some reason. It makes me laugh every time I see it. It's so ridiculous. But
I do too.
And then he basically destroys the whole cop precinct too, like dogs and all. When they go in, it's just a bloodbath. And then you got the crazy redneck militia driving around too in the trucks that are just shooting anything that moves in the bushes. Yeah,
and they killed that dude. They're
like, that's so and so.
Yeah,
and then they drive off like they no one cares.
Yeah, I do like the part also when they're doing the trick or treating, and Loomis thinks he sees Michael, and then it's hella Michael start popping up and all that, and that was cool. But yeah, he does take out the precinct, and then. Okay, so that's the one that ends with them shooting him down the well. So then 5 is the one where it's he just destroys the precinct again, except when he's arrested this time. And then he destroys and you hear the gunshots just going off and all that. Yeah, he's on a mission. But I do enjoy it. Does have the good kills. I do like the Jamie and her sister and Loomis. And is this the one also with the this is the one with the gas station, I think, right?
Yeah.
Gas station seems cool.
Yeah, Loomis is shooting at him in the gas station. They blow up the whole station, don't they?
Yeah. And then he has to catch a ride with that crazy Bible dude, the preacher or whatever.
He's drinking whiskey while he's driving.
Yeah. And he's like, I forgot his line, but something of, I know what you're doing. You're hunting him. I'm hunting him too. And, and then they're kind of talking about the same thing, but not the same thing. And
yeah. This movie is actually on my list for tomorrow night to watch.
Nice.
supposed to go to a drive-in, but not now. But they were playing that all movies.
Nice.
So, yep.
All right. So then my next would be Rob Zombie's Halloween, first one. So for me, I do enjoy it a lot. I agree with you that I kind of go like both ways on the backstory part. Like it wasn't necessarily needed, but it was still kind of cool that you got it. You know, just a different. I do appreciate someone doing a different take on it, right?
Yeah.
So you know, I didn't mind he did a different take and kind of. Although I will say now when I watch it back, it's super long. Like it's probably I don't know exactly where they could cut. Probably the scene of him being in the actual facility could probably be cut down a little bit, but that whole part does drag on. I do like seeing what's his name, Danny Trejo, right?
Yeah.
Is the start of that one, and that's when he kills him,
Good
right?
to you, Mikey.
Yeah, and so same thing on that one. So my first reaction is like, you son of a bitch, why'd you have to kill him, bro? Like, you should have let him live. He was nice, just like he said. I was good to you, man. But then at the same time, you got to remember he's evil. Like, he doesn't give a shit. So it's kind of like part of me hates it, but I get why they had to do it, like to show you that, like, yeah, this dude does not give a fuck. He is gonna kill homeboy, and he does it brutally too.
Oh,
Fucking grounds the shit out of him and then smashes the TV over him or whatever. And
he's a machine in this movie.
He is. And then I do I really appreciated again, a different take. I appreciated just the pure violence. The violence, the sound, you know, being turned up and cranked up. I like the whole like shaky camera that they do to like really just bring out that just violence. I mean, and I liked it. And then I do like, you know, the girl that plays Lori, all of it. I like when he, you know, busts in the freaking door and kills her parents.
That's one of my favorite in that movie. Is the dad on the porch.
Yeah, he's just like out of nowhere, bam.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was freaking good. What else? I mean, you know, and then at the time, you know, so you also get the return of Daniel Harris, which was awesome. You get Chucky, Brad Dourif now as the sheriff. That was cool.
Yeah. I forgot about Dourif.
And so it's like, you know, you got these cool, you know, actors that he brings in. And then, yeah, like you said, I like Loomis. One of my favorite lines from him is when he's in the facility and he's just like, you know, I got to leave you, Michael. You know, I'm sorry. I've been with you for, you know, what is it, 15 years or whatever. And, you know, you're like my only friend. Shows you how fucked up my life is. And you're just like, yeah, you probably shouldn't have told him that. Like,
you get Sid Haig in this movie too.
Yeah.
He's the groundkeeper.
Yeah.
I went to a horror convention in Nashville, Tennessee, and it was a reunion for this movie.
Nice.
And they had, you know, Scout Taylor Cobden, Daniel Harris, D. Wallace, Sid Haig, and then they had Tyler Mane there.
Wow.
And yeah, that dude is ginormous.
Oh yeah.
I went and got his autograph, but he like got up and just walked by me at one point, and it was like, my gosh, like I understand like why he looks so violent and everything.
Oh yeah.
He's a big dude.
He's Sabretooth in that first X-Men that they did.
He was a pro wrestler for a while too.
Yeah. That's he's cool. But yeah, so I do enjoy it pretty much all the way through. It's definitely the second one that kind of ruins the zombie you know, take on it for me. But I do enjoy his first one and his new direction and all that good stuff. So.
All right, I think we're down to our top 4.
Yeah.
Oh man, see, this is where it gets real tough for me. This is probably really high on your list, and it is mine too. Like all of these could have went either way. Like I could do this next year.
Don't you dare.
And probably change all of these movies. H2O. That's gonna be the next one on my list. I don't have any complaints about this movie, really. Everything about it I enjoyed. The length of the movie, especially, it's only 90 minutes long. I don't think a slasher movie has to really be any longer than that to get the point across. This was the return of Laurie Strode.
Yep.
So Jamie Lee Curtis.
New timeline.
Yes, it could be a new timeline, or it could tie back into 1 and 2.
Yep.
I think if it wasn't for this movie, would have went straight to DVD, because we were talking about Resurrection, or not Resurrection, Curse.
Yeah.
The quality of this, well, to get Jamie Lee Curtis back on this movie and bring up that quality really kind of saved the franchise. You got Josh Hartnett in this too, who did a fantastic job. It is disappointing that he's never brought up again in any movie. So I mean, they could have always went back to that, but they just haven't. One of the things I do like, though, when you see Jamie and Michael face to face on the school through that door, like that's 20 years. It took 20 years, and they finally got to that part, and it was just the whole movie. Even the end, was fantastic. They wrapped it up perfect, where she cuts his head off with the axe. LL Cool J was funny in it, where he's always reading his stories to his wife.
Yes.
And there wasn't a whole lot of kills in this, I guess. Was there like 4 maybe? But they were,
the 2 friends,
the teacher,
the teacher boyfriend, right? You mean like her boyfriend? Yeah.
That's like he picks him up.
Yeah. And then I mean, I guess in Resurrection, then you would count off-screen killing the ambulance dude.
But other than that, there wasn't a whole lot of kills in the movie.
Oh no, you know what? The beginning, he kills the 2 kids and then the nurse.
Oh, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
And then the nurse from the original one. Yeah, I forgot about that. They were trying to steal beer out of her refrigerator. Yeah. He did a real number on your kitchen.
Yep. So I'm actually, I'll go ahead and skip just so we can stay on this one, because we're pretty close. So I do have a different one at 4, but this is my 3rd. So H2O is my number 3.
Okay.
But since it's so close, we'll just keep going on it. So for me, the reason why it's 3 is, well, I mean, I believe it is a damn good one. It's a damn good Halloween version. And then also, this is the main one for me that I mentioned earlier when you talk about emotional ties to it. My niece is 15 and she's starting to get into scary movies and all this kind of stuff and getting into Halloween. And she had seen me post it on Instagram, and she asked me, this is one of the ones that she hadn't seen yet. She asked, is it good? And I was like, well, I think it's great. But at the same time, this one coming out is, for me, this is my introduction to modern Michael, right? Yeah. So my parents' generation is, the originals coming out when they're a kid, and they're like, oh my God. And then, people who are kind of right in that middle gap, it's 4 and 5, is they're like, this is my current Halloween, seeing it in theaters and all that kind of stuff. For me, it's H2O. So this was my first introduction to a modern version, where it kind of once something is modern and you're not watching a classic movie anymore, it kind of makes it more real. Because now it's oh shit, this is in modern day. This could happen right now to me. So that's definitely, it has the emotional ties for me. But the opening scene, I absolutely love. Him going in the house, and it's just super creepy, and him getting scared. And then he's like, no, it's cool. But at the same time, he had balls to go in the house in the first place.
Yeah.
You also, you got the nurse making her return. And then he just, totally kills him with the freaking mask. Then goes and kills her right in front of the cops. Because they were going to, she had ran into their house, and they're now checking on her house, and he just kills her right in front of them.
Yeah, in the window.
So that was great. It's one of my favorite intros So right after that scene, you get I actually found out it wasn't Loomis. It was a guy who sounded like him, doing the whole introduction to, I met Michael when he was, 6 years old. And, I looked into these eyes, the devil's eyes, and, and then they zoom in at the end to this, character of him being drawn with the black eyes and everything. And that whole thing is awesome to me. And then, yes, then you get the return of, and then I also love the freaking bathroom scene with the mom and the daughter, which is then Easter egged in the more recent Halloween. Yeah. So I love that scene. And then LL Cool J, loved his character. I thought it's a great take on Lori, and where her mind has been since, which is way different than the one that you're going to get that we're going to discuss later, which is in the new Halloween, because they both kind of, well, one's a little longer in time frame, but how she has reacted to the events that have happened to her. Both have PTSD, but one is way effing worse than the other one. So in this one was cool. She moved on with her life. She, is a principal. You also get the scene of her and her mom in real life, because the mom's the old lady. Her mom in real life is
she's from Psycho. They have the Psycho car in it. Yeah.
So them being on screen together was cool. And then I love the mask. I love the walk. I love the guy who played him. This was another one I watched the special features on, and they kind of talked about how he wanted to do his own thing. He wasn't even familiar with Halloween, I guess. He was just kind of wanted to do his own take, and I loved his version. Like you said, the scene of the window. So at my house at the time, we had a window, like you had the front door, and then to your left was our kitchen, but it had a circle window like that. So I used to just, again, tying in modern times, like I thought of that window and that scene every time. And a friend of mine, my best friend growing up, we actually filmed like a terrible fucking Halloween movie once he got a camcorder in like middle school or whatever. So like, he's dressed as Michael and he kills me. And we do that scene of like, looking through that window, everything. And oh my God.
We need this movie. You need it now.
I know. I gotta see if he still has it. But but yeah, I love that scene. It's just epic. Like that is epic for sure. And then I also love, it has, again, some of the best kills, even though there's not a lot. Like when he demolishes homegirl's leg in the fucking elevator, is like, oh my God. That was brutal.
He jammed a light bulb to her too.
Well, she's hanging from that light switch. Yeah, man.
In her stomach.
Yeah. Oh, that was so good. And then I loved, there's so many moments in that one for me. You can tell it's definitely an emotional tie to me. But like him dropping from the ceiling one-handed. I don't know what the fuck he was doing up there for that long. Were you waiting for them? But either way, him dropping down is badass. And then my favorite is probably her trying to outsmart him by rolling table to table to table. And then he's just like, fuck it. Boom. And just starts flipping the tables. That scene right there is just, I love it. I loved him flipping those tables and shit. And then it ends with the epic, what was supposed to be finale of, she cut his fucking head off, and you're like, oh shit.
I like too that they're on campus alone, basically.
Yes.
It's not like some of the other ones where there's people, all over the place, and they're being hunted on this closed campus, and that's fun. Seeing another Strode, I guess, stand up to him too was good. You got Hartnett's character fighting him for that second before he gets stabbed in the leg.
Yeah, especially after talking all that shit about how he's gone, he's never coming back, and he's like, oh shit, he's back.
He doesn't like punk out and run away. Like his character actually kind of has some balls.
Yeah, so, which also builds to her character again. Because she's the shit in this whole franchise. Fighting him, and that scene of her getting the axe and just she's like Michael, and just like she breaks the thing so that neither of them can get out. She breaks the security door, so it's like I'm not getting out, but you're not getting out either. and now I'm coming for you. And like, oh man, that was epic for her to just call him out and be like, Michael, and then the music starts going, and damn,
I got goosebumps thinking about this right now.
such a good one, man. It is a damn good one.
I remember.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I remember when this came out too. It was like the first one that was current that I could rent. Like I didn't see it in theaters, but I had a friend rent it, and I remember, same situation. We're on bicycles and we ride back to his house, but you had to turn out all the lights in the house.
Oh yeah,
and you had to sit there and like watch it, and it was, you just don't get scared anymore like you did as a kid watching some of this stuff.
Definitely. Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, so that was my 3. So I'm gonna jump back because that was your 4. So I'm gonna jump back to my 4. My 4 was Halloween 18. So the newer one. So I do love it. As you could tell, I do have that special emotional connection to H2O, so that one has to peak above it. But when I found out that they were making Halloween 18, I was just like, holy shit, like this is coming back. And then it was kind of like, since we had kind of been let down with Resurrection, then he got kind of let down with Rob Zombie 2. It was like, oh shit, hopefully this is good. And then I found out what Danny McBride was writing it along with someone else.
Joseph Gordon Green?
Yeah, someone. So they were writing it, and when I read their idea, which was number 1 occurs, and then everything else after that is gone. And it was like, wow, that's kind of cool to do it. Now that's talking about a whole new spin, but still not a reboot. You know what I mean? It's we're gonna bring it back, but we're gonna make a sequel. We're gonna keep that original one. So, and it retcons something that you had mentioned earlier about the whole brother sister thing, which I don't mind it. Same thing. Like I appreciate it, but I also appreciate that they didn't do it. I can go either way on it. So in this one, you don't have it. I love the what we kind of talked about in the other movies, like The Mask, which ones we liked and didn't like. I do have to give props to Rob Zombie for like kind of starting the whole, okay, this mask has been buried in this house for hella long. Here's how it looks now. And it was dirty and nasty and all that kind of stuff. And this one basically does the same thing. It's an aged mask, which is cool. He's not just putting on some fresh mask. I like, obviously, I like Laurie coming back. She's definitely a lot kookier in this one. She's been traumatized as fuck from that first one. Yeah. And didn't even have the second one happen to her. She just traumatized the shit from the first one. So she's definitely kooky. I don't mind. I like, the daughter and her daughter and now her granddaughter. I love the trap house. I love, their moments together. And then probably, since I know you still have to talk about it, I'd say my favorite and my least favorite thing. So my favorite thing is that not only do they take away the brother-sister thing, so now he's just an evil guy who's just on a killing spree. The scene, it's like a one-take shot, I forgot what they're called, but whatever, where he's just going house to house, just fucking murdering everybody. And that one where like he looks through you don't see him, and then he peeps down, peers through the window, watches the lady, walks around, you don't see him, and then you just see his head and his shadow on the side yard through the window, walking to the back. And I mean, just that scene is so good. And same thing kind of ties back to, it's the second one, right? Or no? Yeah. I don't know, the first or the second one where he gets that old lady.
The second one. That's right at the beginning of the second one.
Yeah, he again walks through someone's house, grabs the knife, does his thing, and just, I mean, it was that, I love that scene. I also love the whole babysitter scene. Although my only gripe, I would say Halloween 18 is so much of a better movie and so much scarier had they not put that in the trailer. If they would have taken out her closing the door on him in the trailer, and that would have been a surprise, that scene would have been nuts.
Yeah.
Because it was like one of the coolest, like scariest, like, you know, oh, they're never in the closet. Like, oh no shit, he really, like, she's like, you know, and yeah, they ruined it. They ruined it for you in the trailer. I didn't like that. But I absolutely hate the effing doctor and his whole scene. It's not Loomis, but his whole thing, and he kind of ruins the movie for me at the end when he does that whole like murders the cop and fucking brings him. He's just fucking weird.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually the next movie that's on my list.
Perfect.
Yeah, so fantastic movie. Like you said, I agree. I like that they retconned the brother and sister. This wasn't, I don't know if I was on board with this movie right when I, read about it. But when you read about John Carpenter and he says, he's like, they came to me with this idea and I love it. He's like, they understand.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I was like, all right, if John Carpenter is on board and he's excited to be back on this franchise, then it's got to be good. One thing I could complain about, the kid at the babysitter thing, he was funny. He was real funny. I just think it lasted a little bit too long. Like when he's like, "You're gonna die, Dave."
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really have to say that, even though I laughed at it. I was like, that was really funny.
Yeah.
Lori in this is, like you said, she's crazy. She's unhinged. Which after something like that as a young adult, I would expect to probably be the same way. It was interesting seeing how she raised her daughter.
Yeah.
Where, and they have all the weapons that she's carved her initials in and stuff. I thought that was cool. The Easter eggs.
Yes.
And this was crazy. Like you were talking about the kill scene, the really long one.
Yeah.
I think those people might be named the same as they were in the second one.
Nice.
There was the Halloween 3 masks in it.
Yes.
Which was cool. I liked a lot of the homage they paid to the first one.
Yeah.
Where, when Michael throws Lori over the balcony and he looks down and she's there and he looks back and they do the whole sound and everything and she's But then a little bit later on, when she's like, Michael, and all you see is her face in the dark. I was like, oh, he did that in the first movie to her, so it was, everything was reversed, and I love that aspect of it. This movie got Nick Castle to come back part-time as a Shape, which was really cool. The Doctor Sartain, I didn't care much for that either. I think they could have figured out a better way to get him out. But whatever, I was just like, whatever. That guy was so like infatuated, I guess, with getting them back together.
Yeah.
It probably would have taken something crazy to have that happen. Because, he could have escaped, but what were the chances that those two would run into each other again, even after that?
Right.
The granddaughter, I think, is going to be something that is going to play a bigger part in the next one.
Yeah.
She was just kind of mediocre in this one. It was all Lori and Myers, which was, it was really, really good. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do with the other characters in the next one. Another thing I really liked about this was Carpenter was back doing the music for a lot of it. When she's running from door to door. And that song was crazy good.
Yeah.
The off-screen kills were good in this one. Like the Rob Zombie movies, I think they basically just kill everyone on screen. And I don't necessarily like that sometimes, but I also like a good off-screen kill. With the cop in this one, where they open the door and it's like, he's holding the jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
Carve the eyes out. I was like, that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
The kid at the bus crash.
Yes, the little boy and the dad.
And then, like, later on, I was watching Dead Meat, and they point out that the kid is just laying in the ditch later on when they find the thing.
Yeah.
Like, pulls up on it, so you actually see, like, oh, he killed him and just left him there.
Okay, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it's very subtle, but there was a lot of cool stuff in that movie.
Yeah.
It was nice to be that excited about one of these movies again.
Definitely. Yeah, no, it has some great freaking kills. I mean, yeah, like even when the dad finds the first like victim at the birth guard, doesn't he like have his neck like all fucked up or something like that? And then the head smash of was the doctor, right?
Yeah, look like watermelon exploded.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was is this one streaming anywhere? I don't know. I thought Netflix just put the new one on.
It might be on there right now.
I think the new one is on Netflix, but not the rest. And then if not, maybe HBO. I thought was gonna have them too. I'm not sure, but I would check Netflix. I thought they only put the new one on Netflix.
The teeth, like when they're in the bathroom.
Oh yeah, which again, call out to H2O. Yeah,
it's just crazy. Like that, he just drops like a handful of like freshly beat out teeth. Yes. I love it.
Which actually, again, shout out to Rob Zombie for what good he did. He also had a bathroom stall scene.
Where he got a suit.
Yeah, which was pretty cool. I love that whole exchange. I got a something burrito talking back at me and all, and then the I'm Joe Grizzly and I'll cut that mask right off your bed, and then he just fucking snaps. So yeah, that one was cool. And then you get the new one, and he brutally fucks up both of them too, which is cool because that dude was a douche.
Yeah, beats his head off that brick wall.
Oh, so good. But yeah, so this one had a lot of great kills. I also really loved the that nerdy boy that like tried to kiss her, the friend that like tries to kiss her in the yard, and then she's like, "I'm out, F you," and then they do the light flickering on and off, and each time he gets closer and oh man, that was
good. And that was another off-screen kill, wasn't it?
It might have
happened.
No, because he runs to the gate and then he like puts him on the gate or some shit, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember if they showed it though. Because I know the gate is like through his mouth.
Yeah.
Because she sees him, like the lights turn on and he's like dead there. So I think it happens off screen. But cool. It happened.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, that one was good. But yeah, no, that's a great one.
The dad, when they kill the dad in this movie.
Yeah.
And not one person is upset about it.
Right? They're just like,
he just dies and
you gotta get downstairs.
Like, oh, killed my husband or anything. He just
gotta get downstairs. Fuck him. Oh man, yeah. No, it was good. And then I mean, I don't want to make this all depressing or anything, but definitely COVID's ruined a lot of things this year, and the fact that we lost that movie this year and now have to wait a whole nother year sucks. But I really appreciate that they're not just putting it on TV. I don't want to see it on TV. I want to be in the theaters and watch it.
Yeah, the atmosphere of the big speakers and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When the bass hits.
Yeah, and other people, scary movies are awesome in a packed theater because everyone's scared and tense together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know whose turn it is.
I think it's yours.
Okay.
No, it's mine.
So, okay, go ahead.
You did 2 last time. All right, my number 2.
Yeah, number 2.
Number 3.
Okay.
Yeah. I like the direction where they were going with the anthology. I thought this movie would have been a fantastic standalone movie, but I think it's still a fantastic Halloween movie considering the idea of what they were going to do. Mm-hmm. You got Tom Atkins in this one, where he's the cop, and he's done a lot of great movies too, like horror movies. He was Night of the Creeps. He's on that. A couple other things, but the whole idea of the masks and these kids all like just getting killed and everything. It was a really, really good story. And I know as soon as I bring it up, it'll be stuck in your head forever. But the jingle for the
Yep.
rock masks, I
Yeah.
heard it the other day, and I've been hearing it for like 3 days now.
Nice.
I've been walking around listening to 2 more days to Halloween. That just the whole eeriness of the movie itself was just good. As a kid, it didn't hit. Like, I was just like, what the hell is this? You know, there's no Michael in this. This movie sucks. But
Mhm.
a friend of mine a couple years ago was like, you need to rewatch it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I did. And I don't know if it's just, you know, me being older and kind of having a different taste in different
I think
things
so.
other than mainstream horror. But it was like, this is a really, really good movie. And I don't know what was wrong with me back then.
No, I don't think there was. I mean, I think it was just that was our natural reaction. You know, we wanted Michael. We didn't want to hear about some anthology and masks and blah blah blah. And I think for me, it was that Facebook group, and then Tam, the Matt Collector. I talked to him, and I was telling him like, you know, dude, that Facebook group has me wanting to do a marathon. I'm gonna do one. And I told him the whole, you know, I haven't seen number 3 since I was a kid because I never wanted to watch it again. And he was like, no, dude, you need to watch it and you need to, you know, go in open minded and like, you know, it's not gonna have Michael, get over it. Watch it for what it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's a great like it's 80s, right? A great like 80s.
I think it's
campy
80s, early
music.
90s, maybe.
That music, the little like techno hits to the music through it, and yeah, I mean, it was good.
When you see it happening to the kid in the room,
Yeah,
it's just like his head's like
yeah,
the best part about it is they don't stop it.
yeah.
Like, it just ends with him failing. So you got to think like how many kids put these on and was watching that thing, and it's just like it's a really, really good ending, but it's really, really bad at the same time. Where you're just like, there was so much like murder happening, I guess, throughout, you know, at least the United States in this movie.
Definitely. And then also his wife, Tom Atkins' wife in it is Annie from the first one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was cool too.
I forgot. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a good one. Like I said, I had it lower on my list because I think I still need a few more views to like really, really appreciate it. I mean, I've literally only seen it twice now, so I need to see it a few more times for it to get higher up there. But it is good. Yeah. Okay, so for me, then my number 2 is H2, because
I knew
there's actually a lot of people on that Facebook group. A lot of people have number 2 as their number 1. There's a lot. Yeah, I've seen a ton of people that actually like the second one as their favorite. I think. I mean, you already touched on the timeline. Like, it's not the timeline of the movies, but the fact that it's like the same time. You know, it's a continuation movie basically, which was awesome. I thought they upped the ante with like the kills. It's got some great kills. The whole burning the chick in the hot tub or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Then you got the other doctor off screen that he just drained all her effing blood out. That was sick. But yeah, no, it's got some great kills. It's like really awesome that like he's not done with her. He is like after her again. Obviously, yeah, they do the whole brother sister thing, but like just the fact that like, you know, if you're her, you're like, I'm done. I'm over, you know, I survived. You know, she's still kind of like worried, and then the shit starts happening, but like, yeah, the fact that he's like, I'm not done with you. I still got, you know, the rest of tonight to come get your ass, and just all of it, man. It's so good. And yeah, it has great kills. You know, him busting through the door is like kind of weird, but kind of cool all at the same time when he just like straight walks through the door.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely, I love the second one. And yeah, I don't really have much else to say than that. I loved it. And then, yeah, I do think it would have been, it's a good way to end it, to just watch 1 and 2 and then, you know, call it. But I also, you know, appreciate the future movies too. But if you just want to watch those 2 and be like, okay, boom, done, it's a great 1-2 punch of a movie, I think.
Yep. And then the real hero, Ben Tramer.
Yes, the real hero.
I'm a fan of Ben Tramer, and he had like the smallest part in the whole franchise. Like they name drop him and then they kill him.
Right, and then they kill him. The homeboy got like 5 seconds of airtime.
I love it, and he's wearing a costume. You don't even see his face, or just like a Ben Tramer, random guy played him.
Yep.
It's great.
But yeah, no, it's I do love the second one, so that's definitely my my second favorite. So yeah, I mean, I guess our number ones are easy.
Yeah, that's number one.
Bam. Oh, you got the nice new blue Best Buy 4K, right?
Yeah. Yep. $17. I went in there. I was like, I hope they have it, because it's demanding kind of a high price, and it has like 2 small like scratches at the top you would notice. But yeah, I was sitting there still. I was like, it's meant to be. I've got to have this. So I literally only bought that for the artwork.
Yeah, it is.
And it's 4K, so one day I'll have a better version than a DVD or a VHS, or it's just nice to have that. But that movie, my only thing that I'm disappointed about in Halloween 1 is that I wasn't alive to watch Halloween 1 when it came out. I think by the time we started watching stuff like this, we were probably supervised and just kind of grew up not being really that scared of anything.
Yeah.
And this was one of those movies that scared people like really, really bad. It was kind of like Jaws.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember my uncle's like, I watched Jaws and I could not go swimming. And we live in Illinois. Or it's in Illinois.
Yeah.
So, and this movie kind of had that, from what I understand, that same kind of effect on people. Like it scared people bad. And part of me is like, I kind of want that. I want to watch a movie and feel like real frightened. But yeah,
I got one later I don't know if you've seen it, but I got one later that does frighten me. But yeah, no, it's it's the one that's on AMC right now for me. He's about to get Annie.
Oh, actually, I'm at the same part on Halloween 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they're in the car.
No, actually, technically, she's doing the laundry right now.
Oh, I'm at the car part where he's actually killing her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, there's, what else can you say? It's a fucking all-time classic. The fact that he's just like the shape at that time, and it's just a beautiful fucking movie. It doesn't rely on the gore. It's just simple, but yet so many epic scenes. You could never be in a closet again without thinking of him getting her through the closet. Especially like my grandparents' house had those type of doors, and like if you ever see them, like that's what you immediately go to.
Yeah. I think everyone's grandparents' house had those doors.
So yeah, I mean, you've got that. Like you just, like you said, the scene of him popping up behind her, and then her falling over and all that. But yeah, it's just, man, it's so good. Definitely one of those movies you could just watch over and over and over and over, and just never really get tired of it. And I would say, yeah, definitely. The only thing would have been, man, to have seen it like in theaters right then and there, not knowing what to expect, and just kind of, oh man.
So I think if you were a babysitter back then,
oh yeah,
you would have been losing. Like, I don't think people really have babysitters anymore.
No, not really. I did it in high school. That was my job to make money. Yeah. Nice. Well, I wanted to when growing up, my mom would refuse to buy video games. Mm-hmm. She thought they were a waste of money. So I could have them, but I had to figure out how to buy them myself. And so when I was in high school, Xbox 360 was shit. You had to have it. So I babysat the neighbor kids, and they had one, and that definitely got me like, oh my god, I need one of these. So I babysat for them, and eventually saved up money and got my own Xbox. But yeah, I was all about trying to hustle and get my money, get my Xbox 360.
There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't imagine being a babysitter back when this came out.
Oh, I know.
With all like how technology was and everything back then.
You know. Well, and then probably I don't know, maybe I would think after, but then not soon after you would have had that Babysitter Calls movie, or the you know, the one where like he's like, you know, I'm upstairs or something like that, where she's the kid and then the phone, When a Stranger Calls.
Yeah.
When a Stranger Calls.
That sounds right.
I'm gonna look it up.
I don't know if I've seen that, but yeah, that sounds right.
They did a remake to that one too, but because that one also, yeah, 1979, so a year later.
Man, they're riding that babysitter train.
Well, yeah, so like you said, I mean, imagine you're a fucking babysitter, you watch that movie, and then a year later, When a Stranger Calls is, and then you're like, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, he calls, and then he's like, you know, I'm upstairs, or what is it? Have you checked on the kid, or something like that? There's like a line that, it's like one of those urban legends that then they made a movie out of it.
Yeah.
And so it was like, you know, did you check and then she calls the cops, and then the cops are like, the call's coming from inside. But yeah,
I know that part where it's coming from inside.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, definitely you could be like, oh fuck it, I ain't babysitting kids, that's how you get killed. But oh man, yeah, no, it's classic, man. I love it.
Oh, for sure. And it will more than likely always be a classic, because you know people like us are definitely still showing other people like this is from 1979.
Right. And so, like we were saying, you know, for each generation has their own version, and each, you know, or every 10 years or so, you know, that group, that wave of kids, you know, have their one. So, you know, you've got, you know, us who came, you know, for me it was, you know, H2O, and then sadly Resurrection, and then, you know, so that was what, 98. So then in 2006, 7, whatever, is like when Rob Zombie did his. So then you've got, you know, then you have his. Now, hella years later, now you've got a brand new version for all the kids now to come up on as well. And yeah, you know, hopefully it never dies. I am waiting. I mean, again, you know, now that COVID delayed it, I'm sure it's delayed a bunch of other stuff. But like, you know, they kind of follow trends. So you kind of get all the same, you know, once one scary movie comes out, then the rest start, right? So like, you know, there was that kind of recent remake of Friday the 13th. So then Texas Chainsaw Massacre did one. And then you had the remake of the Nightmare on Elm Street. And so like, you know, I was hoping that bringing it back, it being as successful as it was going to start to bring all those classics back.
Apparently there's a Texas Chainsaw in the works.
A Friday the 13th, Scream 4.
5.
5?
Yeah,
you're right. I'm sorry.
Friday the 13th, I don't think has anything going on. That's probably a rumor, because they're tied up with legal battles right now between the two guys who created it. They're fighting over the rights for it, so it's.
Yeah. That's why I'm lucky I got that box set.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got it too.
Yeah, the stuff coming out right now from Friday the 13th is fan made. If you've not watched,
I have seen that.
Do you watch Never Hike Alone?
I haven't. Or wait, I did. No, I watched the Michael versus him one that someone did, where they're like in the woods and fighting each other in like a shed eventually, and yeah.
You should watch Never Hike Alone.
Yeah, I heard about it.
They have another one that just came out. I think it might be a prequel to that one, but it's called Never Hike in the Snow, and they are fantastic. The storytelling is good on them. They're good. So definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, you'll have to remind me, because I'm working on watching all the Friday the 13th right now.
So many of them.
But yeah, Scream 4 is going. I read an article the other day, basically the exact same thing that you brought up when you were talking about the newest Halloween and them going to John Carpenter. Same thing. So now that Wes Craven's passed, Nev Campbell was like, well, I'm done. I'm not going to make another one without him. The directors who directed some other stuff, I don't remember, but they've done a couple other movies. They went to her, or they like wrote her like a letter or something like that, and we're like, hey, you know, we want to do a Scream 4. This is our idea for it. We want you to know that we loved Scream. We love Wes Craven. It's the reason why we make movies now and why we make horror movies now. You know, they were doing the same thing, explaining to her that they're fans and they're going to do it right and live up to, you know, the expectations. So I guess she was like, okay, you know, she fell for it and watched some of their movies and, you know, has been talking to them. So she's on board. So
Yeah,
I'm excited.
David Arquette's coming back and Courtney Cox too.
So. Yeah, I would. I love Scream. I definitely, that's going to be one of the topics coming up later. But yeah, and then I hope that one does well, and I hope it starts to bring out some more. You know, I would love another Friday the 13th, or you know, any of them, any of the big ones. I don't mind them remaking them. I don't mind, you know, them coming out. As long as they're good, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'll watch it regardless.
Definitely.
I mean, I've watched some pretty trash movies, so and I've enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's good or not, I'm probably still going to take time and definitely watch it.
Yeah,
I got
definitely
a pile of trash movies over here that I'm just dying to show.
I know. Then you got to let me know which ones to watch.
Not all of them are trash. So, like a lot of them you probably have heard of or seen. Some of them are really good. There are a couple garbage ones in it where you're just like, this was bad, but it was fun.
Nice. I'm gonna go ahead and take a Steve P break, and then when I come back, we'll go ahead and do the newest Halloween trailer. We're gonna show that and then get banned.
Yep.
And then we may have to restart, and then we'll talk about our horror movies. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna take my Steve piss count.
Okay, I'll hold it down here. So if you're just tuning in, we went through our Halloween ranking. It's been fun. I'm not going to go back through any of it. You'll have to just click on the rewind, go back and see it for yourself. A lot of stuff that we talked about lined up with our movies and where they fall in our order. So we did have a couple of them that were different. But for the most part, James and I had the same list, I think, and that kind of shows, I guess, we're close to the same age. So the same movies probably kind of fall in the same order for us. But like he said, when he gets back, we're going to play the Halloween Kills trailer that just popped up the other day. I think it was at like Blumhouse Con or something they've got going on, and everyone kind of expected it to drop, and it did, and it really didn't disappoint. So definitely looking forward to this movie in the future. So hopefully it comes out in 2021 though. But he's back.
It has to.
I'm gonna bounce real quick too. I'll be right back.
So I don't know what he was saying, but I tuned in on the end of Halloween Kills, which is they just did the teaser trailer, I believe, yesterday. Yeah. So when he gets back, we're gonna go ahead and show that trailer off. It's just like a little 30-second teaser trailer if you haven't seen it, but I definitely have some things that I already want to talk about from it. And like we were saying, man, hopefully this is the restart to some good horror. You know, I think horror movies kind of come in waves. Like once someone starts doing something, then they all start doing it. So all the remakes were coming out together, and then we'll talk about later because it's some of these are some of my favorites. But like you have the whole found footage, you had the ghost demon possession trend. You've had the of course the zombie movie trend, and I'm okay with going back to a remake trend. So we will see. We definitely need a new good Nightmare on Elm Street, because that remake that they did was not very good at all. But yeah, and then a good Texas Chainsaw, because that's definitely another one that I really like. I actually, now that I think about it, I haven't even seen we got a Chucky one, a Child's Play, not that long ago, which I honestly have not seen, and I probably need to, just to see if it's any good. I know I probably didn't even see the one prior to that, because it definitely got, I think Child's Play got bad. Bride of Chucky was cool. Seed of Chucky was like, what the fuck is this? That one's actually been on TV, so I've had to watch it again, and yeah, that one not so good. But I think there was one after that, but I don't think I watched it. And then they did that new remake, which like a different kind of doll. I think he was electronic or something. That's what I heard, but I haven't watched it. I will, but we'll see. But yeah, and then hopefully we get some other ones. I could also go for a new idea, a new type of horror movie would be cool too.
All right, let's watch this.
What up? All right, so here we go. Halloween Kills. I gotta hit that button, and then that one. All right. So now you can see it, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right.
I've only watched this once or twice.
When the sun sets and someone is alone.
This part's pretty creepy. I like it.
Bam.
Yeah.
That slash is sick.
That was the nurse from the first one. That the guy with the bat, you know who that is?
No.
It's Tommy Doyle.
Oh, for reals?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that. So that part right there is badass.
Yeah. Which I don't know what's happening, but
it's not fucking here. So that right there, yeah, you got the old nurse and like a callback to the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Like him attacking the car.
Yep.
That was cool. So that guy right there?
Yep, with the bat. Tommy Doyle. Pretty sure is it Tommy? It might be Timmy.
Yeah.
Tommy.
There's a lot that like happens right there though. I mean, someone's loading up a gun. You got
that's
right there. Then so this looks like an old person too.
Yep.
Getting fucked up in their house. And then there's a lady right here who's she was trying to get into the Pinot Grigio. And then that ambulance scene, I don't know what that is, but that's crazy.
It looks like it's taking place the same night too, because they're all wearing the same stuff they had on.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, because the first did they have the first one? This one, right? I guess we might as well play the first one.
Yeah, it was short.
No, this is
the same one.
Damn it. Where like it's just them in a truck being driven away and the house is on fire, and then the cops are or the fire department is going to the house, and then she's yelling at them like, "Let it burn!"
Yeah.
So obviously that motherfucker gets out.
Yeah, I'm curious to see like how he actually gets out though and gets away.
Right? Yeah, because that motherfucker, he was kind of like locked in there,
Yeah.
Supposedly.
That was a pretty funny ending. I like that.
Yeah. The daughter like playing the whole I can't do it, and then she's like, gotcha. Bam.
Yeah. And when it's not what'd she say? It's not a hiding place, it's a trap.
Yes. Yeah.
Clever.
Clever girl. But yeah, no, that's I am excited for that one. Yeah, looks like you gotta wait till October 15th, I think it said. But also the other thing I noticed in that one was the music, dude. Like, the original music, and then the end with that chime, that epic chime from the first one, and just that music is badass. So good. So hopefully we do get to see that one. Can't wait. All right, so you want to get into you wish what?
No, I said I wish it was sooner, but I can wait till 2021.
Yeah, I think because like it is better when it's out on Halloween.
Yeah.
You know, when it's around that time of the year instead of coming out in the summer or whatever. So, plus, I mean, let's be real now. If things go back to normal, summertime is going to be in. Everyone's going to fucking drop their movie in the summer.
Yeah.
You know, Wonder Woman, Black Widow, they're all like, bam, summer. So they're like, we'll wait till, more our time that we should release it anyways.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild summer.
Definitely. All right, so let's get into let's just go back and forth going over movies. So we're gonna do like movies that we recommend people check out, pretty much, right?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. So you go ahead and start.
How many of them you want? Like,
oh, it doesn't matter. You go till.
I got like 15 movies set in here.
I know. I've got a list too.
I think the first one I got a pile here. I've got them separated in movies that take place on Halloween, and just movies that are frightening. I think. I don't know if this one is really a horror movie. It could just be like a supernatural thriller.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to call it a horror movie. I keep it with all my horror movies. Frailty. Have you ever seen Frailty?
No, I've seen the cover like a million times, but I've never actually seen it.
Bill Paxton's in it. It's got Matthew McConaughey. But Bill Paxton has 2 kids. And at some point he gets a vision from God that there are demons on earth walking among them. And he is been enlisted to go and find and kill these people or these demons who look like people. It's pretty wild. Like he gets he's like, God's leading me to these weapons, so he'll get like a glove or gloves in a bar, and then he gets an axe that has Otis on it. But most of this movie is a flashback, so you got a kid who believes everything that's happening, and he's got a son who is super skeptical of it too. It's wild. So he'll grab these people, and you just kind of see him do whatever, but he can see like everything that's happened, that they've done evil, and then he slays them with the axe. Wow. And it's super creepy. Very, very good story, and it's one of those movies I don't think a lot of people have watched.
No,
So, yeah, that would be my first one. Check out Frailty.
Go ahead, keep going.
All right, next one here. This is kind of a B movie. I think you can get this on Amazon Prime right now for like, I think it's Prime. It's one of those streaming services. Vudu. You can get it on Vudu for like $2 right now. I got a Arrow video copy of it. Slugs. This movie is.
I'm pretty sure like 90% of what you're gonna show I haven't seen.
You probably seen some stuff. This is one of those movies I've had this much fun watching a movie in a long time. When I seen this, basically, slugs get stuck in the sewer, buried with like sludge, and then they get let out because of someone breaking ground on a mall. So they like eat people, so they're coming up through like sinks and bathrooms and stuff, and they're just like wreaking havoc all over this town. People get like eaten alive in seconds by them. At some point, and they show it. It's like blood everywhere. The movie is fun. It's got some overdubbing in it that's funny too. But definitely, if you can find a way to watch it, that's a good one.
What is it, like 80s or?
I think so. Yeah, it's probably it's got to be the 80s. It's not old enough to be 70s, but it's not like have that 90s style. So I would say mid 80s. Nice. I got another one here from Arrow Video. Microwave Massacre. It's super stupid but fun as well. It's like a guy, his wife gets this really nice microwave, and she's like complaining about him. He kills her and starts cooking her. Wow. So he's like feeding all his friends like human meat when he goes to work and stuff. And like I think at one point in the movie he tries to kill someone with like a samurai sword or something. It was just 100% goofy, but it was fun. It was a fun little B movie. You got one you want to go?
Well, I was gonna say, are we gonna do like two separate? Because I know one of the things you had brought up was doing like your favorite ones that are not the top three, or from the big three. You said, so like Freddy, Michael, Jason, right?
Oh, okay,
So
yeah.
Are we gonna do that one separate, or do you want to just like start just naming all of our favorite movies?
I was just gonna name them all.
For sure. Okay.
I didn't put any of the big three in this pile.
Okay.
I don't have any Freddy or Jason movies here at all.
I don't either. I will build off of your fucking microwave massacre. So just because it reminded me of one of the ones that I had was, have you ever seen the 90s one, Urban Legends? Urban Legend?
Yeah.
It's
like a rip off of.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, it was basically building off of Scream and the whole spoof. I guess that's, well, I can't really say spoof because then you have Scary Movie, which is literally spoof.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, definitely like poking fun at horror movies, that it's the Scream vibe. But I really freaking enjoyed it, man. I actually, my wife and I just watched it beginning of this month. Found it again and watched it. Young Jared Leto, and then I think it was Brad Dourif too. Again, Chucky was the gas station dude who was like, he's in your back seat, but she's all worried about him, but he's trying to like get her to look in her back seat because that's where the killer's at. And but yeah, I liked it because it follows all those urban legends of and then I remembered the microwave because he puts the fucking dog in the microwave. This was Lex Luthor from Smallville.
Doesn't the killer in that wear like a fencing mask?
Yeah, over, and then they had the big old like, what is it, a parka? The big coat.
Like, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Like they just
yes,
a bunch of franchises. Yeah.
Yes, they did. But yeah, it was cool. I like it.
I don't have that movie in my collection. If I ever see it, I'm gonna buy it.
I don't have it either, but I do enjoy that one for sure. Because I think for me it was like, I personally enjoy hearing the urban legend stories and stuff like that. So then for them to make a movie off of it was kind of cool. I wouldn't mind even getting like another one that kind of maybe takes a few more and does something.
Here's the second one.
There was?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was
I've not seen
terrible. I never heard about it.
I saw someone review it once, but yeah, I've not watched it. I just know there is one.
It was probably not that good.
No, I don't think it was at all.
I mean, the first one isn't great either, but it's just like, it's one of those cool ones to watch,
It's got someone famous in it. I can't think of who it is.
What, the first one or the second one?
Second one.
I was going to say, first one, you got Tara Reid, you got Jared Leto, Rebecca Gayheart, and I don't think Danielle Harris is in it too. I didn't realize that until I watched it again. She's the gothic roommate that gets murdered. Yeah.
This one has Joey Lawrence in it.
Oh, nice.
And it has a couple other people.
Wow.
I've not watched it, but I mean,
I'll have to give it a watch just to see how they do the different urban legends.
Well,
that'd be cool. But yeah, to build off of that, and since we already kind of talked about it, I'll just get it out the way real quick. But pretty much all the Scream franchise I fucking love. Scream.
I didn't bring any of those either, but yeah, you're right. That's a good one too. I love the first one especially.
They do definitely get like worse as it keeps going. Although I do think that 4 was better than 3.
Yeah, 3 was the worst.
3 was pretty bad. I mean, it was cool to like, regardless, I do always enjoy the way that they tie it in and change the, because like by number 3, it was Jamie, whatever his name is.
Yeah, he's dead in that one.
Yeah, the actor. I forgot what his name is. Malibu's Most Wanted and all that shit.
Jamie Kennedy.
Jamie Kennedy, there you go. Yeah, so he's dead. It's his sister, but she finds the tape, and then he plays the rules for a trilogy, through the tape, and like I loved all that, man. But yeah, no, I love that. I mean, that first one to me is amazing, absolutely amazing. One of my favorite horror movies. I love that it makes fun of horror. Ghostface became one of those major, horror icons, and still is. Still, kids still dress up as fucking Ghostface, even if you haven't had a movie in like 15 years.
Yeah, I think I've got that somewhere.
Huh?
I said I think I've got a mask from somewhere.
I do, because I bought. If you bought like the set of all of them, you got a mask with it. So I do have the mask for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember dressing up as him at least one year.
Oh, same. We used to go TP houses and everyone would wear those masks.
But yeah, no. So I love it. I love that. I love the who is it. That's always the best. Is trying to figure out who the hell is it. The rules. These are the rules to surviving a scary movie. Nev Campbell being a badass, just like Jamie Lee Curtis, and the kills are awesome. The fact that when you think about the other ones, Jason and Michael, and they're the typical slowly stalking you and just magically catching up to you, out of nowhere. But like Scream, Ghostface was a real person that like ran after you, chased you, and it has some of the best kills for sure. Like what's her name, Rose McGowan in the fucking garage door on the first one.
That's like probably my.
Oh God. I mean, you can't look at a garage door with that little opening ever. You know what I mean? Like, you can't look at it the same, man.
That was probably for sure my favorite. I thought it was bold too, like that they got what's her name?
Drew Barrymore.
Yes, they got Drew Barrymore, and everyone's like, "Oh, Drew Barrymore's in it," and they put her like prominent on the cover, and they kill her in like 10 minutes.
And she gets brutally killed too, dude.
I know, and it's like, wait a minute.
Wow.
It really wasn't what I was expecting. Matthew Lillard was a great villain at the end, and Skeet Ulrich. It's one of the first times that I can think of a slasher where you're like, I knew it was him. And you find out there's another one.
I know.
It's like, oh, what? But then they kind of set that precedence after that, like they work in twos now.
Right. So then you never know who it is and all that.
Yeah. And I even like the TV show.
I've never seen it.
It was MTV, like, kind of corny, but I didn't hate it.
It's on right now.
Yeah. So I mean I watched 2 seasons of it without being like, man, I'm really disappointed. They went on and had like an hour or 2 long episode too at some point. Yeah. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Nice. Yeah, and then they definitely did get, the sequel was good. I do still love the sequel. And then the third one, I like the story in the sense of, same thing, trying to figure out who done it and connecting all the shit and all that kind of stuff. But it definitely wasn't that great. And then and the fact that it was like they're making a movie in the movie now by the third one.
The stats.
And then the fourth one, and then the fourth one was cool. Oh, also the second one, the way that one opens, that scared me, dude. Like, to be murdered in a bathroom, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, I'm never fucking putting my head to a bathroom stall again. And again, same thing, big people, Omar Epps and Jada Pinkett Smith, like big name people getting their ass murdered. So he gets murdered. Then he fucking goes and sits next to Jada, stabs her in the theater, but because everyone's like, so hyped and running around killing each other, like they don't even know that she really died. And you're like, damn, bro, someone could really fucking do that shit, huh?
At that point in time, too, like theaters were, you didn't have streaming and all that, so people, they would go out and sometimes you were in a rowdy theater. So, yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
And then I did enjoy number 4. I the new take on, now we're recording and all that kind of stuff, and that was kind of cool. The new rules, and I enjoyed it. The twist on who it was and all that kind of stuff, and it was cool. It was cool. She was fucking nuts, bro.
Yeah.
The niece, but once she's explaining why and how she's gonna get away with it, you're like, you are fucking psycho.
Yeah, everything. They just want to be famous.
Yeah. So I do have to put Scream in there too. I don't think I have any. I was gonna try to like do like categories, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me. So you can go ahead and keep going.
I got 2 zombie movies here.
Nice.
I am missing a key one, and people would be disappointed because I don't think I've ever seen it. But I've got The Night of the Living Dead, which this is a good zombie movie. It's everything you think would happen. You know,
Yeah.
They hoard up and they start killing people just because of dumb mistakes, and then people show up at the end in a big group and they kill all of them.
Yeah.
And, it's just classic. I like it a lot. I have not seen Dawn of the Dead though, and that's a little disappointing. But
so Dawn of the Dead being the newer one? Not newer, but
it came out like right after. Not right.
Oh, okay. And then they remade them, right?
Remade it. I think it was almost like a sequel to Night of the Living Dead.
So like, what was the one that came out like in the 2000s?
That was 2000s. They remade this one in like the 90s.
Okay, maybe it's not.
Tony Todd and a couple other people, which is a good remake. It's really, really good.
Okay.
But yeah, Continuum Zombies, The Return of the Living Dead, which is nothing like Night of the Living Dead. Like this is like punk rock meets zombies. That's kind of the only way I can explain it. It's got Tommy Jarvis from Part 6 in it. I think that's him right there, actually. But it's... I'm trying to think who else. Linnea Quigley's in it. There's a bunch of like famous horror movie people in it. It's just got a completely different feel. Like it's a little goofy. But it's fun. It's definitely a fun watch.
There we go. That's what I was thinking of. I was Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead in the 2000s.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Because I was going to say, too, that I was pretty sure... I couldn't think of who it was, but I was like, I'm pretty sure even the name of the person who did it like ended up being like pretty fucking famous. But there we go. So thank you, Geektastic.
Yeah. Someone's hanging around listening to us.
I know, right? I'm not a big zombie guy, so like I never like... I've seen that first one, the original classic, and then I saw the Dawn of the Dead one, but like other than that, I haven't really... I was never a big zombie guy. Like I even only watched Walking Dead for like a few seasons.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not like going out of my way to watch them all the time, but every now and then I'll be like, whatever. I
do have 2. I don't know if you're done with your zombie stuff, but
no, you can go ahead. But I would watch this one if I was you.
Okay.
It's a typical zombie movie.
Nice. No, I was gonna say I did watch the recent Train to Busan one.
That's good. I've got that.
That was a damn good one. That was a damn good one.
That train is like dragging that horde of zombies.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really cool. And then the dude, the buff dude that was the badass, he's gonna be in fucking whatever that Marvel movie, the team movie is, the Eternals. There we go. Couldn't fucking think of what it was. But yeah, so that one was good. And then 28 Days Later.
Yep.
That's a good one.
That's like English horror, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't seen that one in a long ass time. But then actually, now that I think about it, then that reminds me that I don't know if it's I guess it's not really horror, but I love World War Z too. If we're talking about like zombies and contagion,
I enjoyed that.
That was a damn good one.
Yeah,
I like because it was like different, like they were fucking like when they scaled that wall, and you're like, oh fuck, like we are not gonna survive against these motherfuckers.
They made a good zombie movie without having to be like super gross about it.
Yeah. And Brad Pitt was kind of cool, seeing like a big name like Brad Pitt do a little zombie movie was pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, that was all my zombie recommendations because that's all I've ever seen. And Shaun of the Dead, but that's not really the same thing.
That's a good one too. I have that filed into my horror movie. I enjoy it.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's it for zombie for me. Like I said, I don't watch too many.
All right. Well, What else you got?
Okay, so I will go into, let's see. I guess I'll do like classic. Because I actually don't have many classics on there. But I was actually talking to a coworker today about Alien, and he said that the first Alien actually traumatized him to the point where he can't watch Alien. He's older than me, so for him it was a kid, and he saw that shit and he was like, And then he pretty much was like, I haven't watched it since. I haven't watched any of the other ones, and nope. But yeah, Alien, I had to put in there because I thought that was a really good one.
Watching that as a kid.
Yeah.
When you see Bishop at the end, I like when he's like got that like goopy stuff like pouring. That's what I like really remember from watching it as a child. But
yeah, I don't even think I watched it as a kid. I think my first introduction was probably Resurrection. Is that what they call it? Alien Resurrection.
Yes, that was with Winona Ryder.
I think so, yeah. But whatever that one was, that was like the first Alien movie I think I had ever watched.
I think it's Winona Ryder is a country singer, right? No,
you were right. Winona Ryder.
Yeah.
She's hot. So there's that one. Then next would be the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I fucking love that one. I'm not like huge into all the other ones. They're cool. I'll watch them. But like to me, that classic one for sure is like the shit. That kind of made Leatherface another one of those big ones. The whole fucking scene of homeboy tripping and him slamming the fucking door and just like, oh shit. Yeah, that is a brutal scene. I also would throw out the trailer to that one is like amazing and always scared the shit out of me because it's like they're filming it almost like from a documentary standpoint in the trailer, and it's like a dude talking about finding all the bodies, and they do like this picture thing, like they'll take a picture and it makes the camera flicker and then it changes to the next scene, and like I think that's how it starts, is like, in whatever date in Texas the most brutal massacre occurred, and like that trailer's fucking, that one scared the shit out of me for sure.
I want to say that's like loosely based on some sort of truth.
Yeah, well, it's Ted Bundy, right?
I'm not sure who it is, but yeah, I think it's got a little bit of
name wrong.
Little bit of truth to it.
I want to say I got that name right, but then I want to say I got it wrong.
Bundy was the guy who killed hookers.
Oh yeah. Shit.
You're talking about
as soon as I hear the name, I'm gonna go fuck.
Yeah, it's on my mind too.
Ed Gein, that's who it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's like super fucking loosely based on him. But I don't even remember like exactly how it relates to him. But yeah, so that one for sure is definitely up there for me. And like I said, that just the trailer alone gets me like, oh fuck. See, our man Geektastic back at it again with the answers to trivia. So original Texas Chainsaw Massacre for me, and then this is probably like one of the classic ones that I was probably the most excited to talk about. Probably like one of my favorites, besides the main ones like Halloween and stuff, it's John Carpenter's The Fog.
Ooh, that's a good one. Also with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis, Tom Atkins.
Tom Atkins,
yep. Right? Yeah. So he's in it. That one famous horror chick, she's doing the radio.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that's the lighthouse. Huh?
I can't think of what she's in, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, so she's there. And just like, it's just so good. And even if you look at same thing like you were saying earlier about the Halloween 18, if you look at the credits, the names match up with Halloween character names. And but yeah, it was so good. And so talking about movies that scare the shit out of you as a kid, that one for me did it. More so than like Halloween or any of them, because I think, I don't know what it was. When you're a kid, it was like, well, shit, fog is fucking real. Like, I see fog all the time. There could be some shit in there that actually kills me. And then also, I was being babysat at the time by like an older lady, and there's the scene when they go after the son, and the babysitter's like, "Oh, go to your room. It'll be okay. It'll be okay." And then, like, the fucking pirates get her ass, and I'm like, "Oh shit, my babysitter can't protect me in the fog, goddamn!" And like, that one just got me, man. It felt real, and I was just like, "Oh man." So that movie actually did scare me and like terrify me for a bit as a kid.
Oh, nice.
So it holds a special place in my heart. But yeah, that one is The Fog is good if you haven't seen it. John Carpenter's, I guess, follow up to Halloween, pretty much. I mean,
yeah, I think it was a couple years ago.
Yeah, and it is a damn good one.
John Carpenter's done tons of really good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like The Thing, or you could go back and watch Body Bags if you've not seen it. That's a good one.
No, I haven't.
Oh, you got to watch Body Bags. It's great. It's kind of like Crypt Keeper-ish, like, but John Carpenter is the guy telling the stories.
Nice.
He takes on that role as like the guy who's presenting everything. It's good. It's got Mark Hamill in one of the stories.
Nice.
Definitely worth watching.
Real quick. So then so just to tie it in, because I won't know where else to bring it up. But so you had The Fog, and then The Fog had they remade that one too with Tom Welling from Smallville. I only saw it once. I don't even remember if it's good. I don't think it was.
I didn't watch it.
I don't think it was good, but I'll have to check it out again. But anyways, that does directly tie into, I mean, it's basically a horror movie to me, but The Mist, that's kind of a horror movie. I don't know. Horror, sci-fi, whatever. But it has to do with the same shit, fog and mist and all that. But I think it's also, you could make it like a horror movie in the sense of like society, because that fucking religious bitch was nuts when she killed the Air Force, when she got the mob to kill the fucking Air Force dudes because they were, hiding secrets from them or whatever. And that one was good. And then it also has like one of the best endings in a movie ever.
Most like terrible endings.
But yeah, so I do enjoy that one too. And it's that dude that played the Star Wars game.
Thomas Jane or something, isn't it?
Well, yeah, Punisher for him, but I meant the Air Force dude. He was the main on the Force Unleashed. He was the actor.
Oh,
the video.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. So The Mist is another great one.
The Mist. Yeah, I remember thinking like when you brought this up, it was like, oh man, that's like the most terrible ending to any movie. Not like a bad ending, but like we were just
it's damn.
Yeah.
A whole lot of damn. But yeah. All right, go ahead.
Okay, I got 4 movies I'll fly through here real quick. This is a movie that I've had for a while, and I've tried watching it, and I'd always, kind of just get distracted. I finally sat down and watched it one day, and it was like, dang, this was really, really good. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I haven't seen it yet. It is on Netflix though, so I was gonna check it out.
It's goofy, but it's
yeah.
You would probably like it. And I don't know why it took me so long. It was just like I would start it, and then I would just get distracted, and I'd just not watch it. And when I finally did, it was like, wow, I'm
pretty cool.
Really disappointed it took me this long to watch it. And it holds like a special place in a lot of people's hearts. When I told people at work, I was like, I watched Killer Clowns last night, and they were like, that movie's so good. But yeah, it's basically just alien clowns killing people. Fun time.
Hell yeah. Ooh, that reminds me. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
You
just reminded me of another one.
Witch.
I have not seen that.
Like colonial times, back when people were settling.
That's a new movie, isn't it? Well, like new-ish.
It's relatively new. It's got this really, really eerie feel to it. It's kind of like Pilgrims, but they're dealing with like evil in their little house that they have. You just have to watch it. I don't want to spoil anything for you, but it's really, really good, especially if you like kind of like timepieces like that. The next two movies I got here are Wes Craven movies.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you've probably heard them, if not seen them. People Under the Stairs.
Heard it, but yeah, I haven't seen it.
It's got a bunch of people in it. A couple of them on the back there. It's got that kid from Mighty Ducks.
Nice.
But basically, they break into this house because I guess they think the people, they're going to get something out of it. But they end up getting stuck in the house. And when they're in there, like, these people are crazy. So they've been like adopting kids, and when they don't like them, they put them down in the basement, and they basically like eat flesh and stuff down there.
Wow.
There's one of them that doesn't have a tongue, and he's escaped, and he's like running through the walls, but they're all stuck in this house now, and these people are hunting them. Like, the guy's got like one of those big leather sex suits on, but he's got like a shotgun, and he's running around trying to kill the people inside the walls. It's wild, but it was a good watch. And then this one has a lot of fun. Shocker.
Nope.
Oh, you never seen Shocker? No. He's like a serial killer, and pretty much, I don't want to spoil anything on this either, but he gets the death penalty, so he's a serial killer, but he's doing some sort of like voodoo stuff, so he gets sucked into like electricity, and now, like, jumping from person to person, so he can basically like just jump out of one random person and into another one and start killing again. It's really fun too. It's got a great soundtrack in it too, and it's Wes Craven, so the story on it will be pretty good. It deals a lot with dreams too, kind of like Nightmare on Elm Street and all that. So you're getting people who are dreaming of things that are going to happen, and that's kind of how they're putting everything together. But it's good, definitely worth watching.
Nice. So when you had said clowns, it got me thinking. I mean, we could mention it, just because classic, and then the new ones are really good too. But then that got me thinking of a movie called The Fun House. That's I had to look it up. I don't remember when. So it was 1981. Tobe Hooper, the same guy that did Texas Chainsaw. So he did this one, and it's like these kids go to a fun house, and then they like end up getting stuck there like overnight, and like the people who run it are like creepy, and then they have like this it's like the son. I think he's the son. He's like kind of mentally challenged, but he's like so he basically starts murdering them, and he's just like creepy. You'll have to look it up, but that one definitely, that was one of those that like came on hella late at night one day on like Halloween-ish time, and I watched it because I had never seen it before and was like, oh, what the fuck, this is crazy. But so yeah, he's a deformed worker wearing a mask, and then they witness him kill someone, and I think he sees that they saw him. And so then, like, they have to try to get out of the fun house while he's, like, coming for them,
Interesting. I've heard of it, but I've never watched it. Yeah,
it's another one of those, like I said, good classic right around that Halloween Texas Chainsaw Massacre time. I enjoy it. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I do remember that one. That one was, like, creepy, too, because it was like, whoa, if I go to a fun house and I, like, get trapped there, you mean someone's going to come after? You know what I mean? You start making that shit turn real life. But High Tension, no, I haven't seen that one either.
I haven't either. I have no idea what that is.
Me neither. Let's see. So I will go. So I'll build off of that with some classic stuff. So you have, of course, the like Silence of the Lambs series, which is a classic. For me, one of my favorites was actually Red Dragon from that series. I love that one. I think that was also like my first introduction. I hadn't seen Silence of the Lambs yet by the time I had watched that one. So you got Edward Norton trying to chase down Ralph Fiends, who's killing people, and um, Ralph Fiennes was just creepy in it, man, and his tattoo was fucking badass. That whole red dragon all the way down his back. It
With the blind lady, right?
Huh?
So that's the one where he's dating the blind lady, right?
Dating the blind lady, and then you got he fucking puts
the messages in the paper.
Yeah, but also he puts that one famous actor that died a couple years ago, like the albino chubby dude. He like lights his ass on fire and he's in a wheelchair and then he rolls his ass down the street. He's like on fire and shit. That was crazy. But
people in wheelchairs don't really make horror movies.
It might not have even been a wheelchair. Maybe he just put him on a chair, I think. But I remember, yeah, he's like on fire. But anyways, and then of course they tie it into Hannibal Lecter because Edward Norton's like the guy that caught him or whatever, and then he goes back to him for advice on how to catch him, and then there's a twist at the end, and it just kind of like basically when you think that the movie was over, it ends up not being over, and it was pretty good. I really enjoyed that one for sure.
I think I watched that on the USA channel or something one time.
It's good. I like it. But I have a big thing for I'm gonna save like my favorite for last, but it kind of is the same thing. I like detective sci-fi, not sci-fi, detective like whodunit, like a detective actually trying to solve a crime during a horror movie is awesome to me because it's like two things that I love kind of being combined. And when Edward Norton is like researching the crime scenes, like it's legit and it's pretty scary because like dude was killing like families, like kids and all that shit, and it's nuts as he's like going through trying to find the killer. But yeah, so there's that one. Let's see what else I got. I got slasher film, Strangers.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is one of my top. I don't know, but it's definitely up there in the top for me.
It has some of the creepiest lines in it. Like,
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
Because why are you doing this? Yeah. The second one was cool, but definitely not as great as that first one. But that first one for me, like talking, like when I want to bring up a movie that scared me more as I think I was still like in maybe high school when it came out or something like that. But like as a older person, a teenager, adult, like that movie scared the shit out of me because like it's done so well with the noise level because it's a quiet movie, and then when shit gets going, they like once you finally see one of the killers, like they pump the volume to that bang, and then like it does scare the shit. You can't help but jump, and so it gets you going. I think a potato sack mask is like instantly scary. Instantly a great costume. The whole creepiness of like same thing. Anytime a movie that you can kind of like put yourself like that shit could really happen, it always makes it a little more scarier. And like it's just people renting a cabin out in the middle of nowhere, and boom, like fucking people just start going after them. But yeah, I thought it's a well done movie. Very simple, but it's so well done that it still makes it scary as shit. But that is definitely one that I highly recommend to anybody. Let's see. And then the second one was alright, but it definitely wasn't. They can't capture the magic of the first one. I also remember being in theaters, and once it like gets going, I remember seeing a group of like high school girls just fucking ran the fuck out of that theater. They were like, nope, we are not staying for this one. But,
second one, I was by myself in theaters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean by myself? Like, you remember Movie Pass?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. One of the greatest things to ever come out. Yeah.
I went and saw movies like that I just wouldn't normally see, but I went to a 9 o'clock showing of The Second Strangers. And I've got like my big drink, and I walk in with my thing of popcorn, and I'm the only one in the theater. I walked all the way up to the top of the stadium seating. I sat right in the middle when I watched that whole movie by myself.
Nice.
Whole theater. It was fantastic.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, it was cool. You know, they fought back. You know, they fought them back. So that was cool. It was also kind of like, oh shit, like that little girl really watched her fucking mom die. Like that was kind of brutal.
Judy Greer.
Huh?
It wasn't Judy Greer.
No, it's the chick from Mad Men, Christina Hendricks.
Yeah.
She's hot. But yeah. So yeah, they had her, and yeah, that was a good one. But yeah, it definitely wasn't. It wasn't as good as the first one. That first one is a classic, I think, for me.
Yeah.
And then when the friend comes to check on him,
which is Dennis from freaking Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, is it really? Yeah. Nice.
You shoot him in the face with that shotgun.
Oh yeah. That was good. That was such a good movie. And then even at the end, when the little Jehovah's Witnesses are like, you know, riding through the neighborhood, and they're like, "Have you sinned?" And then I think she says a little. I don't remember what the daughter says, but she says something, and then she just like takes the pamphlet, and then they end up going in the house, and they're the ones that find them, and damn.
Yeah, when they're like, "Don't worry, it'll be easier next time."
Yes.
Like, oh man.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a good movie. Yeah. What else do I got? Just real quick, I'll mention just because I don't really have anywhere else to put them, but like 13 Ghosts.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. And then what is it? Cabin in the Woods or something like that, where it's like
it's got Chris Hemsworth in it.
Yeah, and it's all those different levels of like crazy ass shit. Yeah. Hello, Flicks and Comics.
JoJo.
But yeah, that one was cool too.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy that movie the first time I watched it. I don't know why. It was one of those ones that it just didn't settle well with me.
Yeah.
But I've seen, like, I think once I understood it for what it is, it was like, okay, this makes more sense now. Because I was like, this was just really stupid. But when Chris Hemsworth ramps that dirt bike into that screen,
yeah,
I laugh at that every time I see it. Every time.
Oh man, yeah, that is good. All right, you go ahead.
All right, I'm only down to like 4 movies here, and they're pretty much all classics in my mind. Probably not the classics you'd think of, but they all, if I'm not mistaken, they all Halloween. I got 2 goofy ones, and I got 2 like more serious ones. I'll start with this one because I think everyone watches this, whether you're a guy, a girl, kid. Hocus Pocus. 33 years old. This is still a fun movie. I still enjoy it. I do. I'll go ahead and get my other goofy one out of the way. Ernest Scared Stupid.
Oh yeah. Damn. So, I always forget about Ernest movies until someone brings them up, and I'm like, oh yeah.
That movie is so much fun. Like when they you know, you can kill the troll with milk, but the thing's messed up, and he goes, you can kill it with miak. But my last 2 movies here are more little on the more serious side. Some people probably don't list this one as a horror movie, and actually I got this cover here. It's kind of like a throwback to an old VHS, and it says action drama on it, but it's got the green horror sticker under it. So I'm going to go ahead and count it.
Hell yeah.
This was big in the 90s. Like I remember on Halloween, like everyone was dressed up like this, at least the face paint. The Crow.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep.
This is one of those movies that I can watch at any time and enjoy it. You know, Bruce Lee's kid. It's unfortunate what happened.
It's a tragic movie too.
Yeah. But overall, like it's an eerie storyline. Mm-hmm. If I'm not mistaken, it's all happened on Halloween, and you get all that action and that like supernatural feel at the same time. So that's a really, really good one. And I'll go ahead and do my last movie here.
Oh, Halloween H2O's on now.
I upgraded this actually yesterday. Trick or Treat.
Yep, that's on there. Yep,
That FYE Steelbook.
nice.
Go wrong with these Steelbooks. I'm just
That
now
is
getting
pretty
into
badass,
them.
yeah.
You know, a lot of times I find them cheaper than the original ones, so it's nice, and I love the artwork on them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm to the point where I put them in these like little stupid like retro protection cases now.
Nice.
I'll go ahead
Hey,
and I'll like
everything's getting expensive nowadays, man. You got to protect it.
you know, a few bucks and you can get 10 or 20 of those things, and I'll put them in there, and they look really nice and neat on my shelf, and I know nothing's going to happen to them.
Nice.
But yeah.
All right. Is this my homie Ted? If it is, what's
man.
up, Ted? So a horror series I love, it's kind of silly after a while, is the Tremor series or Tremor movie.
Tremor.
I've only seen the first one, and then didn't they like just come out with another one or something, right?
Yes, like a week ago.
Yeah. So yeah, I do. I've seen the first one, and then I didn't see any of the other ones, but I do love that first one.
Oh, the first one's the best one.
Yeah.
It's like, Bert, you asshole! There's no bullets in this gun.
Okay, so what do we got? Yeah, so Trick or Treat though. That's a great that's a great that is a good one. All right, so I got a couple just random ones here. So would you rather? It's Brittany Snow and Sasha Grey from adult film actress. So it's like they all get invited to this house, and then the person like sits them at a table, and then they have to play that game, Would You Rather? And it's like you either have to do something to someone else, or something gets done to you. But then it ends up just getting like fucked up. Like they're like electrocuting each other, or you got to drown the other person, or like the epic scene, which is even like the title screen on the movie, is like they had to cut their eyeball like with a fucking razor blade or some shit. It's one of those.
Thank you.
Like, huh?
No, thank you.
It's a good one, man, because it's like one of those like, damn, what would you do if you're stuck in that? Because that's basically what the people are going through. Is like, well, I don't want to hurt this person, but fuck, I can't have whatever it is done to me. So yeah, that whole society getting fucked up kind of thing. But it has some great kills and scenes and some stuff that's very difficult to watch. Kind of like one of the other ones I had was the Final Destination series.
Oh yeah, those are good movies.
Those are good. I mean, even though they do get a little cheesy, like I mean, there's some that like are really hard for me to watch. Like in one of the later ones, which wasn't even that good, but the gymnast, but the thumbtack is on the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's so simple, but like I can't watch that. Like that tension of like, oh my god, are they gonna fucking? Because you like imagine what that shit would feel like yourself. But the second one made no one ever be able to drive behind a truck with logs ever again without thinking of that movie. I mean, it's like they were good. And that first one though, the first one is and like the whole storyline behind it is just that's a damn good series.
Yeah, it had a good cast in it too. Sean William Scott, Devin Sawa, and Ali Larder.
Yeah, that was a good one. Let's see. I also had to put Saw kind of along the same lines as Would You Rather, especially the original, the first one.
I remember watching that in theaters. Like
yeah,
that was a wild movie because we sat in the front row. But when he stands up at the end and walks off, everyone was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like I was like mind blown watching that movie.
Yeah, those are a trip. Actually, did you see the trailer for like kind of like a remake redo that the Chris Rock is doing? Yeah, that's a trip.
Interesting.
Yeah, that one's gonna be cool. Okay, so moving on in a completely different direction now. I'm gonna go over like sci-fi stuff. So one that's not really a horror movie, but I just have to mention it because I don't think a lot of people have seen it, and I liked it, but I want to know other people's opinions after they watch it. But there's a movie called Coherence. I don't remember why I watched it, but but it's like a trippy movie. It's called a psychological science fiction thriller. It's like these people have a house party and they invite a bunch of friends over, and there's like this uh, comet that's flying around for like the first time in 30 years or whatever, and it makes weird shit happen. And so the next thing you know, like two of the people leave the house for some reason, and like, oh, the power goes out or something, right? So they take out glow sticks, and they got these red glow sticks, and then they leave the house. Well, then they come back, and one of them's like, bleeding on his head, and they're like, what happened? And they're like, oh, we found these people and we got in a fight, and da 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 da. And then like as it goes on, they kind of start to realize, like, wait a minute, like, it's little things like, well, why are your glue sticks blue? Like, we had red glue sticks. And then what you realize is it's like these parallel universes are combining together, and there's a same house party with the same people with the same events happening, and they're all happening at the same time to each other. And so as people start leaving the house and coming back, you start to lose track of who was the original person and who's now the person from this other universe. And they start just like mixing and combining with each other, and it's trippy as fuck. But it's
I've
cool.
not seen that, but yeah, it sounds awesome.
Yeah, I love it. And like once I saw it, I was like, that's an interesting fucking movie. I gotta tell people about this one. I just found it interesting. Some other people might think it's dumb, but I would check it out and let me know what you think on it. But so now I'll get into this is gonna be 4 modern movies. So Signs scared the shit out of me. So I have to mention it. That was a scary fucking movie when that first came out. The scene of like the first time you saw the alien on the roof when he's talking to the daughter, and then you're just like, oh shit, there's a fucking alien. And then of course the infamous fucking, it's in the garage, and then like they show the fucking thing walk by for the first time, and Joaquin Phoenix was like, oh shit, and just that was a good movie. I love that one. Oh, hold on. Speaking of comets, check out Night of the Comet if you haven't seen it. Total 80s cheese. Nice.
The Comet movie is Maximum Overdrive.
I've heard of that, haven't seen it.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
It's got Emilio Estevez in it, but this comet's like going over a meteor, and it causes all like electronic machinery to start killing people.
Nice.
There's a scene in it. There's a scene in it where a baseball coach is trying to buy sodas for his team, and he gets like shot in the nuts with a soda machine, and it shoots him in the face and kills him. Well, then the kids start running away, and like 10 seconds later, one of them gets ran over by a steamroller in the park.
Wow.
It escalates real quick.
There you go. See, Signs scary. Yep. Damn right. Signs was a scary, because same thing. It was like real, like, man, if fucking aliens really came, that's how shit would go down, bro. You'd be like hiding in your house trying to figure out, what's going on. You got limited, you're limited to what's on the news. Well, what happens when the news goes down and then you don't have any info of what's going on, and you're just like, oh shit. It was a good one. It was a good one. The only that and Sixth Sense are like the really only like M. Night Shyamalan movies that I like. But also I think we can't have this conversation without talking about Creepshow, especially like anthology. That's classic as fuck too.
TV show.
Huh?
TV show is good.
Oh yeah? I don't think I've seen that. But yeah.
It's
okay, so I'm gonna go into these 3 are for sure just modern, that are definitely not a lot of people are gonna like because it has to be in your range. But I am a huge fan of the Paranormal Activity movies. I love them. I love the found footage ghost shit. I mean, same thing. They get worse as it goes on, but I think that first one for sure. And I do. I like how they all tie in. I liked especially the third one because it was more focused on just the 2 girls. And I mean, they have their moments where it's like, that's pretty fucking scary. The third one's pretty good. The third one's got a lot of scares in it. But yeah, so I love them, especially the first one. like the house that we were living in at the time had the exact same layout as that house, and then my bedroom was like in the same spot that their bedroom was, so I had to look down that same type of hallway that they did, and yeah, I found that one to be pretty fucking scary. So I'm a huge fan of the Paranormal Activity movies. So on that note of demons and ghouls and all that, The Conjuring. This is like in that whole Insidious universe and all that stuff. For me, just mostly the first one, but I did think that The Conjuring was pretty scary, and it got me a few times with its scares and all that, the boo scares and the kids playing the clapping hide and go seek game and all that, and then tying it into that whole Annabelle and Insidious. Well, I guess not really Insidious, but the whole like the guy and then the girl who are the experts, I guess is the best way to.
It's not like Warren, is it?
Actually, yeah, it is. Yeah, Warren and something. Actually, I haven't read them yet, but they actually like have some books. They released a couple of books, and I have their books that kind of go over like their real stories that they have to tell, kind of thing. But I haven't checked them out yet. But
the last name's Warren, I think. No, Wilson. No, hang on.
Well, no, Wilson's the guy, the actual name of the guy, because it's the dude that played Ocean Master, Patrick Wilson, right?
I'm trying to look. Oh, I'm looking at Insidious. I'm on.
Well, it's the same guy, but it's not. He's a different character in Insidious.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure their last names are Warren. Yeah, Ed Warren and Lorraine Warren.
There you go. Yeah. So yeah, their whole universe of movies, but I think The Conjuring is like my favorite from them.
That stuff is just. The fact that it apparently is all true kind of creeps me out, and even more so that they have all of that in their like basement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I can't imagine living there.
Definitely.
I could just stay once and see.
So, I will end it with one of my all-time favorites. Even though it is a new movie, it definitely made its way quickly into my top. And I just posted it on Instagram the other day. So, Sinister. Have you seen that one?
I don't think so. That's got Ethan Hawke, right?
Yeah.
I know what it is. I don't. Yeah. Everyone says it's like pretty terrifying, though.
Yeah. So, I've loved it since it came out. Saw it in theaters and all that kind of stuff. We rewatched it I think it was this last weekend. Because my dad was telling me that he saw like an article that was I'll probably have to find it, but like a bunch of people took a study, hooked up to machines or whatever, and watched like hella horror movies, and that was like the one that got people going the most and scared them the most. So I had him watch it, and he loved it. So it's Ethan Hawke is a book writer, and he writes about murders that occur. And so he moves. See you later, Geektastic. Thank you. And thank you for coming through with the answers to our questions. You were the real MVP tonight.
Yes, sir.
So he moves to this house because there was a murder that took place in that town, and he's gonna, do his research on it. And as soon as he moves in, he finds a box of film reels. And it all says like simple shit like pool party, mowing the lawn, family trip or car trip or something like that. And so he starts to hook them up and he starts to watch them. Well, when he watches them, they're actually the murder films. They're like snuff films of murders that are happening, that have happened, and they're caught on film. So as he starts watching them, and even in those scenes right there alone, like him rewatching them is creepy as shit. And then what you find out is there's a demon who lives in the pictures. He lives in picture and in film, and he lives in it, and that's his realm. And then once you start to watch it, it then opens up the doorway for him to come into your realm. And then he always goes after one of the children and then convinces the children to basically carry on with what he needs you to carry on with. So, but so again, like I talked about with Red Dragon, it's the mystery going on, the thriller, a guy trying to solve murders, which is always a huge thing for me. And then you combine that with a creepy ass looking demon. Combine that with like a cool like new thing that he didn't just magically appear. Like a reasoning. You know, you have to see him on the screen for him to come to you. But then the great thing that it does is literally from beginning to end has like every 30 minutes or maybe even less, every like 15, 20 minutes, you've got a serious like boo scare. So it keeps you on your toes the whole effing movie, and it's guaranteed to make you jump a few times.
That's awesome. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
A lot of people have mentioned it, like, hey, you should watch this, but I've just never gotten around to it.
Yeah, I would definitely check it out. That's gonna be probably my well, it's my most recommended.
I don't know if I had a most recommended out of my list. I would say probably like Shocker. It's just a good like slasher fun movie. Wes Craven. It's good.
I think I like it because it's more modern. I feel like modern stuff scares, like we were talking about. You know, you watch the classics, you enjoy them, but the modern stuff is what really scares you, kind of. You know, so that's what that one does for me. Is it's pretty good. It's pretty scary.
The scaredest I've ever been in a movie was when I was in the 3rd grade. It's not even a horror movie. I either borderline started crying or did start crying at the first 5 minutes of Twister.
Of what?
Was Bill Paxton.
Twister? Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, that dude out of the storm cellar.
Her dad, yeah.
That's so bad. And it came out in like March, I think, too, because I remember it being storm season.
Oh wow.
And I was done with that movie for like my mom, and she's like, it'll be all right. And I was like, no, I'm ready to go. Which I still finished it because after that, you start meeting, other characters in it, and it was fun.
Yeah.
It was 5 minutes. I was done. I was ready to go.
No, I get it. I get it.
I would do it. By a tornado.
Oh snap! Look at this one. Hello from Japan. Hello. Dang. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I'm trying to think. I mean, like I said, Sinister really got me. Strangers really got me. I don't know, and I can't think of any off the top of my head that are like not scary movies that got me for whatever reason. But yeah, no, I'm definitely missing. I'm missing horror movies in theaters too, for sure.
Dug these out. I forgot to mention them. But if you can ever find these, buy them and read them.
Yeah. So the first one, the one by Chaos Comics, the original, I have. Okay, no, not that one. I have the one where it's him, the scene in the movie of him standing at the top of the staircase looking over.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
I have that one. And I think I have that one, and then there was a newer one that just came out that Aaron got me. It was like they're doing a series like The Death of Laurie Strode or something like that. It's like Halloween. Yeah.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, so he got me one of those. But yeah, I do have the first that classic cover, the movie cover.
This one's signed really bad.
Signed by who?
It's Greg Capullo art.
Oh no shit.
But I'd like to get him and Carpenter. If I ever see him, or even Nick Castle.
Yeah.
Laurie, not Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
Any of those people, that'd be fun to just
There was
start taking
another. There was a really cool. I think it was H2O. At the end of H2O, if you watch like the special feature, she did like a con one year, and I think it was after H2O, where
in
she like
California.
stayed forever to sign each and every person's thing, and like she's awesome.
She doesn't do conventions very often, though.
No, and that thing was packed.
If you get the chance, like, take it.
Oh hell yeah!
It'll be your last.
Yeah.
And she's super dedicated to that franchise. So
I know.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm glad that she's back now.
I saw her in an interview and she was talking. She said, well, it's, she was talking about Halloween and she's like, I basically owe everything to it.
Yeah.
Who died. They were like, so-and-so actress of Psycho. And she's like, it'll be the same at my funeral. It'll say Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
Like of all the stuff she's done, like that's the one thing that is put her on the map and she holds true to.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she's also a great spokesperson for that yogurt.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh man. Yeah, no, that's I mean, and then she also, of course, had the epic True Lies, strip
That was
scene.
I forgot about True Lies.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any other. I mean, but anyways, yeah, just horror in general was awesome, and I'm gonna continue. It barely. I don't know about you, but like out here, like literally, it was this week. We barely got like cool weather, Halloween weather. So
it's rained here all week, but today was like 50 degrees, and
nice.
I'm in Illinois, so
yeah,
like you see in that like movie where they like fake Illinois. What it looks like here, except starting to turn colors, and we're not hiding palm trees. But
no, is that in your background? Is that which clown is that?
That's Spalding.
Okay, I was gonna say I did finally watch. Is it Terrifier with that other clown?
That's pretty wild.
Yeah,
that's a spinoff from All Hallows Eve.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I saw it is Terrifier, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Terrifier is the one I saw where he split the chick fucking hanging. Oh damn!
That movie, I was like, he's not gonna do that, and then he does it, and it was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And there's a second one coming out soon.
Nice. Yeah, it's kind of the only other time I had seen that. And I can't tell if it's worse or not. They're both pretty bad because that one was a female, but the other one's a male. I don't know if you've heard of the movie Bone Chainsaw.
No.
Or no, I'm sorry, not Bone Tomahawk. My bad. Bone Tomahawk.
Right.
Yeah. And they do the same thing when they finally get them up in the cave, and then he hangs them, and he does, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah.
I've not seen all of that movie, but I've seen enough to be like, that's gross.
Yeah. It's a good one, and Patrick Wilson too in that one. But yeah, that one's a cool creepy. It's like creepy meets Western all at the same time. But then then they do that same shit, and you're like, oh hell no, that's a horrible way to die.
Those pictures are from that horror con I went to. Like they had Tony Moran, which is the top one. He played. There was like 3 guys that played Myers in the first movie.
Yeah. There's the Unmasked. There's the hospital one's different too, right? The one that escapes the hospital is different, and there's the Unmasked on the stairs, and then you have the one that's actually walking around. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Tony Moran signed that. Then Sid Haig, Captain Spaulding, and then the bottom one's Tyler Mane.
Nice.
And then I got a picture of shoot. Can't think of his name all of a sudden. Played Jason, reprised his role.
Kane Hodder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And something happened to the frame. The slab dragon's here.
Yeah.
He's got like over 2,000 slabs.
Yeah. Shit, I think I got a lot with like my 50, but damn.
Dude collects slab.
He's got to do a battle with the Slab King.
Oh yeah. Nah, the Slab King doesn't have quite as many as he has, I don't think.
Slab Dragon, is he on Instagram?
Yeah, I think it's the same name as he's got there, just TJ Watson, probably.
TJ, drop your Instagram in the comments so I could follow you on there. I want to see the slab collection. What else? We actually didn't even really talk that much about like Nightmare on Elm Street and all that stuff. There's so many good classics though. I don't have Nightmare on Elm Street like in my top. I don't even know. They're okay.
I like it, but it's not something I like run to every Halloween.
Yeah,
it's a movie that will show you around though.
Yeah. And then Child's Play, those are good, but then they got not good at all. Those got pretty bad. Have you seen the new one? I was talking about it when you took your break. Have you seen that new one?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I've seen them all.
Oh, I didn't see the remake.
It wasn't great.
That's what I heard.
They did do though. They used, was it the My Buddy doll, or what was the name of the doll in the first movie? Good Guy dolls.
Yeah.
They made in the new one. They made them My Buddy dolls, which was a real thing, I guess. So people who own those can probably relate to it because I guess they looked exactly the same.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
Audrey Plaza too.
The what?
Plaza. She's in that. Or Aubrey Plaza. I don't remember her name. It wasn't that good though.
Good. I probably won't even bother then because I was okay with not having seen it.
I don't think Fred Durst even plays Chucky in that one.
Probably not.
He was in Cult, but I don't think he went on to the next one.
Actually, you know what? I don't think I saw Cult either. I think I stopped at Seed of Chucky because that was just terrible.
Yeah, they made 2 or 3, I think, after that. And they weren't as bad as Seed of Chucky.
Okay, I found them. All right, TJ Watson, I found you. Oh, it's like a mix of all different kinds of stuff too. Cool. Yeah, and then I mean, like you brought up Leprechaun. I only saw the first one. I didn't watch any of the other ones.
The first
and the Hood one, I did see that one.
I think once they go to space, they're generally not that good. And the Leprechaun and Jason both did that.
Yeah. And then I don't know. There's so many, dude. Puppet Master, Hellraiser. Yeah.
I do not like Razor.
Which one?
Razor franchise. I'm not a Clive Barker fan. But I've never liked really any of his stuff, so I didn't like Candyman.
I don't love it, but I like it. I'm interested in the new one.
Yeah, I'll watch it. But
yeah. But I think I only saw the first one. I think they made a few of those too. I only saw the first one.
There's like 2 or 3 of them, I think.
But,
same.
And then same thing with Hellraiser. I only saw the first one. I didn't watch any of them. That one's got a shit ton of them. There's a lot of Hellraiser movies.
They're all really weird.
Yeah, I don't know what else, man. There's so many horror movies.
Yeah, we could do this forever.
I know. You got classic, you got the mainstream, you got all your B movie stuff.
Creature features.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah, you'll have to send me a list of like because the problem with this is it's been 3 hours and I'm not going to be able to find where we talked about certain stuff. But you'll have to send me your little screenshot of your stack right there so I could.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
Plenty of other ones that aren't in there that I'm sure you've not seen.
I'm sure. And then like Evil Dead, we didn't even talk about those. And then that remake was pretty good too.
I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah. And then
what?
And then when we were talking about, I was talking about the cabin with the rooms, the cabin in the woods or whatever, but like Cabin Fever, I thought that was cool the first time I watched that one.
A good one.
Reanimator, that's another one I've heard about. I haven't seen it, but I've heard about that one.
Reanimator. It's a good watch. I've not seen. I think there's a second one. It might be called like Bride of Reanimator or something, but the first one's pretty good. Nice. It's pretty creepy in a way, like bringing people back from the dead.
Yeah.
Ooh, The Frighteners.
Oh,
yeah. Frighteners.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That is a good one.
I've not seen that in a while.
I liked that one a lot when I first saw it. I was definitely a kid in that one.
Well, it's Michael J. Fox with
goofy ghosts. And then the other guy,
Busey.
Yeah,
Jake Busey.
Yeah.
When I see Jake or Gary Busey, I'm generally a fan of the movie already.
Oh yeah, TJ said you could skip the second one. That's usually how a lot of horror movies go. It's pretty much you see that first one, and then after that, like even Sinister has a second one. I refuse to watch it because I won't let it taint how high regard I hold that first one. I've heard about it, and I'm like,
That's funny.
Not gonna do it. But yeah. No, yeah, I'll have to watch some of the ones on your list. Like, what I was saying is now that the weather's, normal, what should be Halloween type weather, now I'm gonna, continue on through November watching horror movies still.
There's no point. You could watch I think it's called Blood Rage.
What is it?
Rage. It's a Thanksgiving horror movie.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. A good watch. And then you got Chris Gremlins and a couple other ones.
Oh yeah. From Beyond is good, made by the same people as Reanimator.
I don't know if I've seen From Beyond.
I definitely haven't heard of that one.
I think I've heard of it, but I've not watched it.
1986 looks trippy as fuck from the thing. That just reminded me of like Species. That was a cool series.
Yeah, I've not seen From Beyond. I would definitely know if I've seen that. I might check it out though. Oh, it's an H.P. Lovecraft.
I was gonna say, yeah, there's a lot of those. Oh yeah, The Thing.
The Thing's great.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't have that movie either. I need to buy it.
I don't either.
It's really good.
Ooh, Brightburn.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was awesome. Combining our favorites, comics and horror. I wouldn't even mind having a continuation of that.
They led into it.
Yeah.
So
The Faculty, Josh Hartnett again.
The Faculty. I used to watch that movie like once a month.
Phantasm, that's another classic one.
Mm-hmm. I've got that one.
Nice.
The Orbs and All Man.
Oh yeah, The Grudge.
I don't know if I watched The Grudge.
No, I think that's one like there's the overseas version and then there's like the American version.
Yeah,
I believe. Yeah. The Exorcist. Oh, you know what one I haven't seen? I haven't seen the original, or I've only seen a part of the original, and I haven't seen the new one. But Amityville Horror, that's definitely on my I need to watch that shit list.
I don't remember which one it is, but they shut a window on someone's fingers in one of them.
Oh, Jeepers Creepers.
That was a good one.
Those are fucking old. Actually, that's another one that scared the shit out of me, like for reals.
I like the second one better than the first one, though.
Dude, I know. That second one, you were like, when he fucking was on just the beginning, when he's on the fucking scarecrow thing.
Where he gets wings.
Yeah, and you're like, oh shit, and he does that cool thing where like he's like running through the fucking thing and throws it at the bus. Yeah, that shit was badass. Let's see what else. Have you seen It Follows?
Yep, I have it. It's really weird.
What do you think about that one? I like that one.
It's a slow burn.
It is a slow burn. It's definitely interesting. Actually, I thought about it because it showed it on here, but actually that's one that now this year, I think it was Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi has it on their playlist.
The thought of a monster that isn't really running or anything, it's just like slowly chasing you.
Yeah.
It just is always coming after you though, unless you like pass it on. And even then, in the back of your mind, it still could happen.
Yeah. Yep. You're like, oh, what the fuck?
But yeah, the fact that it's not really moving or anything real quick, it's a slow like.
Well, and then it changes, and so it's not just the same thing, you know. And like for the scene that like really made me like, oh fuck, was when it was in the house, like towards the beginning when she first gets it, and then it's like first it's the chick pissing on herself in the living room. She runs upstairs, the friend comes in, and it's that tall, lanky motherfucker just walks in, and you're like, oh fuck. Yeah, that one was cool. That one was cool. And then, you know, it has like a borderline, you know, it's basically like a don't have sex movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's a hell of a STD.
Christine, if you like classics.
That's another one that I have not like actually sat and watched like the whole thing.
Good one.
So yeah, I do need to watch that one. Jordan Peele movies. I haven't seen Get Out. Full disclosure.
But
I saw the second one, Us, and I really liked Us.
See, I didn't hate it, but I didn't really like it either.
I did. Also, you know, like, you know, it has like one of my fucking life anthems of I Got Five on it. Little twist to that song. That was cool. Man, yeah, so many good movies.
See, Robert's here.
Huh?
Robert's in the chat.
Oh, Burley. You're only 3 hours late, my friend. What up? Robert, do you watch horror movies? If so, what are your favorite horror movies? Quick. I don't know if he watches horror movies.
Yeah, I don't know if he does either. He's never mentioned it.
You know what else? I just saw like a doll and it made me think of it. That Valentine and then the My Bloody Valentine movies.
I like My Bloody Valentine.
Yeah. Have you seen the regular just Valentine?
No, I don't think so.
I like that one. It's got like Denise Richards. It was like a slasher movie, like probably early 2000s-ish.
I'll tell you a good one I used to rent all the time. Have you ever saw Jack Frost?
Yes. Yeah.
The clown or
the scary version, yeah.
Yeah, the snowman is killing people. That's got what's her face in it too. She was in 13 Ghosts and American Pie.
Oh, yeah.
No, I can't think of her name.
I see Robert answer the question. I'm a fan of Nightmare on Elm Street and Sleepaway Camp. I have not seen Sleepaway Camp, and we did discuss Nightmare on Elm Street. They're cool.
Sleepaway Camp?
No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh. Don't look anything up on it.
Okay, just watch it.
Yeah, if you can watch it tonight,
I got
watch
it.
it.
I'm not watching it tonight.
Oh, well, if you can watch it tomorrow night, watch it. Seriously, it's got one of those endings that you'll be texting someone. You'll be like, you didn't tell me this happened.
Okay.
Seriously, I guarantee you will have like the most crazy, like shocked, like just ending ever. It'll happen and you'll go, oh my gosh, seriously?
Ooh, The Quiet Place. Or A
That was a
Quiet.
good
I do like that one. Then I thought of another one, damn it. Oh, so like those found footage ones, I did like that quarantine one too. Oh, kind of cool.
I think I've not seen that. I know what it is though.
I didn't really care for the VHS ones, and like when people were doing the top 9 on Instagram, a lot of people had that shit on there.
I've not seen that either.
I didn't care for them, but Quarantine I thought was cool. I haven't seen it in a long time though. But American Werewolf in London. Actually, for me, it's the other one, American Werewolf in Paris. That one I liked.
I like both of them. Rick Baker did a really good job on the first one though.
Yeah.
That transformation was spot on.
Yeah, definitely. Man, so many good ones. Going through a list right now.
Actually, just bought the movie like a couple months ago and watched it.
Oh yeah.
I liked it a lot. I love a good werewolf movie.
Mm-hmm.
If you never seen Silver Bullet, you should watch that.
No, I actually haven't seen many werewolf. Probably only those 2, I guess.
Corey Haim is in it.
Nice.
And Gary Busey.
Do you see Hereditary?
Yeah,
I didn't watch it. I only saw the scenes that are like you have to watch. You know.
Yeah, it's an uncomfortable movie. I didn't really like it a bunch, but I know a lot of people do.
I also didn't really care for Babadook, and that's like another one that a lot of people like.
I didn't watch that. Yeah, I don't know why, but yeah, I've never seen it.
I thought it was I. The ending is one of James's fantasies. So,
he's talking about sleep.
Yeah. I will say though, I mean, one of the best kills in a movie ever is Jason X when he like beats the shit out of the 2 girls in the sleeping bags.
They do that in part 7 also.
Yeah, he's just like fucking swinging them and oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, he zips up this girl and slams her off a tree. It's great.
Yeah.
I saw that the other day, actually.
Which one? 7 or Jason X?
Part 7, where that actual part.
Yeah.
He like cussed. I love it. Part 6 is the best one though in that whole franchise.
I don't remember him by name. I don't even remember where I left off right now either. I think I'm on like 4 or 5.
So if you're on 4, you're with Corey Feldman as Tommy Jarvis. Yeah. Have you seen 5 before?
I've seen them all, but I just mean like on the watch through.
Take you on a really like roller coaster ride with Tommy Jarvis because he's a kid, and then they get someone completely different to play him in 5, and he's nuts.
Yes.
And in 6, they get someone different to play him again, but he's not nuts. He's trying to kill Jason. Or no, I don't remember what he's trying to do. But that's where he resurrects him with an accident lightning bolt.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one. I love it.
Give me the old Hammer movies. Like, what kind of Hammer movies?
Hammer did like old classic horror. Like they had monster movies. It's like a company.
Got it. So Cabin Fever came up on that list. We did talk about that. I did not know that was an Eli Roth movie though, until right now.
Oh, Eli Roth does a lot of good stuff for horror.
Yeah, Hostel. God,
I didn't watch those. Those might be a little too violent for me.
Kind of, yeah. Kind of. Yeah, I did. I think I did see all of the
someone mentioned that they cut someone's Achilles tendon, and I was like, yeah, I don't really want to watch it now.
Yeah, that was the. I think that was the first one.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, they're definitely they're brutal, man. Oh. Patrick Stewart, The Green Room.
Green Room was good.
Oh man, that was actually one that a friend recommended. It was like, have you seen it? And I was like, no. And then he let me borrow it, and I was like, holy shit! Like, and especially because like it starts really slow, and then like, bam, just shit goes off the chain quick. And then you're like, oh my god, the dogs and just oh man.
Yeah, the dogs is the most violent part.
Oh, god damn, that's such a good movie. That is a good one.
Oh man. Well, I think I'm about to wind it down.
For show. No, this was fun.
Yeah.
This was fun. Maybe we'll have to like revisit next year when we've watched more. Oh, and then we could next year, hopefully, we'll have seen the newest Halloween.
Next year, we could probably do this next month.
But yeah, we'll have to do an update after I watch a few of the recommendations you've given me, and then we'll definitely have to come back after that new Halloween just so we can talk about that one.
Yeah. Definitely.
Can't wait.
Probably like the night. So.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, I'll be ready after I watch it.
Actually, yeah, that'd be cool because then we could do like shit that we missed, you know? Because I'm sure there's gonna be a lot.
Oh, I'm sure.
A lot of
everybody's gonna be packed with stuff, and I think it's gonna be like really bloody too.
Yeah, it looks like that scene is that little first, like I said, where he just smacks the shit out of homeboy with a knife and just oh man.
It's way different than the first one.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely. But yeah. All right, people. 3 hours, not bad. Good job.
Longer than I thought we'd go.
I know, huh? So yeah, thank you everyone for tuning. Oh, hold on. We got a code.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
If you don't know what we're talking about, too bad.
Dang it.
You're in there, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm in there. If it's $3, they'll put me right at 70 if I get it. $2.
This is terrible radio, but whatever.
I
Terrible podcast. Y'all ain't giving me money, shit.
No one's watching this right now, anyways.
Okay, yep, $2. We're good. I think I'm at like 60, maybe something like that.
I spent too much money on that website.
I haven't bought any yet, so.
That Myers is still on there.
Dude, yeah. Well, and then I was even thinking about I don't know what they're called, but like the smaller ones. They're like $200.
Oh, the Hot Toys.
Is that what it is? Is it a Hot Toy? Yeah, because they have that one and they have Ghostface.
Mm-hmm. They got Hot Toys like a brand. It's probably some sort of 6 scale if it's not Hot.
It is a 6 scale. Yeah. And they have that one, and then they have a Ghostface, and I was like, dude, they're like $200 each. That's not bad. They look fucking amazing.
They got more than that now. They got Leatherface coming out. They got a Freddy, a Jason, and a Michael.
Yeah, see, but I would only need Michael and Ghostface. So I would be all right with that.
There's a lot coming out. I'm trying to stay away from it.
I'm trying to save up. I think I'm gonna do my first one when I saw that Apocalypse, man. That might pop my cherry with that Apocalypse right there.
My first one I actually paid money on. Like I bought something with code money before, and I paid for shipping, but that Swamp Thing.
Oh yeah. See, worth it.
That was a big one to dive into.
Now you need more. That's how I feel about Apocalypse. That Apocalypse one, I'm sure, is gonna be huge as fuck.
I debated on that forever, and my girlfriend, I guess, just got sick of hearing me talk about it. She's like, "You want it? Just buy it."
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
So,
yeah. Well,
I
if
don't-
if you're demanding that I buy it, then sheesh, I guess I will.
I mean, sure.
Pretty much. Yep. All right. Well, thank you, Matt, for the idea. This was a lot of fun.
Oh,
And yeah, thank you all for tuning in. We'll try to do these more. We'll come up with random ideas to just sit here and talk about. And yeah, no, this was fun. I like our rankings. We were pretty close. Pretty
Yeah.
close.
Pretty
I
spot on.
knew we were gonna start to disagree at some point. We were pretty neck and neck there at the bottom. I think it is kind of obvious which are the worst ones, though. It's which are the best ones that it becomes tough.
Yeah. Once you get to the first couple ones, it's hard to tell.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. But yeah, so yeah, thank you. Thanks to everyone tuning in, and we will catch y'all later.
All right. Later.